on talent and then build from there. That's what we saw on Thursday Night Football last night. The Jacksonville Jaguars believe in their number 1 overall pick, franchise quarterback Trevor Lawrence. And they were not waiting around to see what would happen when they realized they made a huge mistake with their head coach. Bye-bye, Urban Meyer. In comes in the Super Bowl champion, Doug Peterson. And Jacksonville, we're looking down at their record right now at 7-8, but they're on a heater. And things have opened up for them in that division. The problem with Ryan Tannehill and the Tennessee Titans. The Jaguars bet on talent. They backed it up with coaching, and then they backed up the Brinks truck to surround that talent, that potential, that franchise quarterback with some playmakers. It was an ugly game at times. It was cold. It was wet. But that franchise quarterback got the job done. He pitched 20 of 31, 229 yards. The only touchdown of the game on the ground, completing a 96-yard drive. He found a way to make plays. The guy on the other side, Zach Wilson, not so much. 19-13, the Jaguars are alive. The Jets are in trouble. Happy Friday. Welcome into the opening drive right here on 95.9 FM, AM 610, The Sports Animal. JJ Buck, A-Marie, taking you into a 3-day weekend for us.
Woo, woo.
Merry Christmas, happy holidays to everyone hanging out with you this morning. We got a bit of everything for you this morning.
Yay. Early Christmas treat.
Yes.
Happy Festivus for the rest of us.
Happy Festivus for the rest of us.
Don't worry, JJ. We'll teach you the way.
Well, I'm sure if I open up the text line, we'll get a lot of that.
You're going to get a lot of Festivus.
Festivus stuff.
It's where you air your grievances. It's where you air your grievances. So text your grievances.
The text line is great for that this morning.
I was telling Kyle this morning, my husband, that I was like, I already know the grievances. It's going to be the weather. It's going to be too many bowls.
Strength of schedule.
I don't know. A lot of things. I made a list.
Well, we'll hear your list. You can air your grievances as well this morning. 505-246-0610, the 377 Brewery hotline. Or the text line as you're all chilling. Maybe you're making your way out to wherever it is you need to go this holiday weekend. Because I know when we came back on Wednesday night from Tampa, at the same time there was a plane landing from Phoenix, the Albuquerque airport, the busiest 10 o'clock on a midweek I've ever seen in the Albuquerque airport. People coming in, holidays, it's going to be popping. Maybe trying to get out. If you're trying to get out now and you're going somewhere where that storm is,
I wouldn't go, by the way.
Yeah.
I've talked to all my family from the north to the east coast, and they're just like bunkered in, all the food, all the whatever. Like, you're not going. Millions of people have already lost the flights are canceled.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, I have some friends I was supposed to take to the airport tomorrow morning.
Mm-hmm.
They've had this huge trip to New York planned for a long time.
Oh, they don't want to go right now. I feel so bad.
First time ever going.
Oh, man. I hope they can rebook.
Yep.
They don't want to go. When the weather's like this, it's not fun in New York. It's not fun anywhere.
It's not fun anywhere.
But, yeah, we got a little taste of that watching this game last night.
It was wet. It was cold. You weren't getting the snow conditions just yet. And everyone will tell you they'd rather it snow because it doesn't feel as cold.
Yeah, it's like wet cold. And that didn't stop the Jaguars dominating a really good Jets defense. I think a lot of people are anticipating Zach Wilson to play that bad. JJ, I am so sorry. I do not know. It wasn't Joe Flacco. Obviously, Mike White isn't playing, and I'm so sorry. I don't know about the quarterback that came in and produced more offensive yards than Zach Wilson the entire game.
You want me to tell you about him?
Yeah, what I want to know, because I watched the whole game, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to talk about this tomorrow, because who is this guy?
How about this for you? Here's a little story for you. 'Twas the Friday before Christmas when all NFL teams ran about. Some felt good, some felt bad. Some had a Chris Streveler run out.
Oh, Chris.
September 1st, 2016. Chris Streveler leads his South Dakota team into University Stadium.
Oh!
He accounts for 3 total touchdowns, 2 on the ground.
See what I did
with 144 yards.
See what
he comes up short. The Lobos won 48-21. But you could see he was destined to warm the hearts of Jet fans on a rainy night.
See what I did there? I did that on purpose. I set you up. That was a layup perfectly to JJ. I knew this was going to be good. Yes, he did. He got in and he gave the Jets a little life for a second. Receivers couldn't hand the ball, but this is why I feel bad for the Jets. They get these bright little lights of like flashes of these quarterbacks who are behind their whoever bad draft pick. And so I don't know if this guy's the future, but he gave the Jets a little fun last
Chris
night.
Streveler is not the future because he's essentially a wildcat quarterback. Now, there were a couple times the receivers didn't help him out.
At all.
They had Corey Davis drop a easy third down completion.
And the DB
Garrett Wilson fumbles.
kicked it out of his.
The ball kicked out of his
Yeah,
hands.
yeah. It was
So
bad.
they didn't help Chris Streveler late in that game. But Robert Saleh, Jets head coach, after the game talking about Zach Wilson.
Same thing. Just keep your head up. He's got to keep working. We haven't seen the last of him, but right now he just got to focus on finding ways to get better. We got to find ways to help him. We got to find ways to protect better. We got to find ways to run better. We've got to find better ways to call the game better. We've got to do a lot. It's not just him. It's a collective whole. We've all got to find ways to get better.
It's just him. Zach Wilson is done
He's done.
in New York. You
It's
cannot
bad.
get benched again, and this time for Chris Streveler
God.
in a game with your season on the line, fighting for a playoff spot. Now, Robert Saleh, post-game, I'm not going to blast him for that. He had to say that.
Yeah.
Like, it
What
would have
else
been,
is he gonna
it
say?
would have been bad for Robert Saleh to throw Zach Wilson out there under the bus. But we all can read between the lines. Zach Wilson is done with the New York Jets. He is a bust at the quarterback position.
He is a bust. He is a bust.
Because there's no way you can throw him back out there. That team doesn't believe in him. And it's not the fan base
No,
just booing him relentlessly.
they were booing.
It's that locker room. There's no way he's going to win that locker room back. Because last week against the Lions, there was a little bit there. Like, all right, Zach Wilson wasn't terrible. He looked a little bit better. But this was a game against a surging Jacksonville team, but it's not a defense that scares you right now. Look at what just happened last week. The Jaguars had to have a 17-point comeback. You can still score points on this Jaguars team.
Absolutely.
And then for Robert Saleh to come out there post game, we have to block better, we have to run better. You did things better when Zach Wilson wasn't in the game.
It's like they came
Chris
to
Streveler
life.
looked better with Zach Wilson
He
not in
got-
the game.
When Chris Streveler went to the game, he produced more yards than Zach Wilson produced the whole game. That's not good, Zach Wilson.
We got you, Robert Saleh. It's not you have to do this better, you have to do that better. Zach Wilson is just not better. You're just not seeing the things you want to see in the development of a franchise quarterback. You know who you are seeing take those steps this season? Trevor Lawrence.
Mm.
He was effective on a bad night. That team, you bet on talent, you back it up with coaching, and then you back up the Brinks truck. That's what it did in the offseason. How about Evan Ingram? What he's done over the last month. Christian Kirk, Zay Jones, Marvin Jones, Travis Etienne. That is what you do. And then Trevor Lawrence takes steps forward. Zach Wilson, he's done with the New York Jets. That was a huge game because Jacksonville, all of a sudden, they're sitting there. They're 7-8. The Tennessee Titans could be playing the rest of this season with Malik Willis as their starting quarterback. And it opens the door for the Jacksonville Jaguars, not just to push some of these wild card teams, but to win the AFC South.
Yep.
And I'll go back to early season because things swing. And I was one of those people. I put it out there. I'm like, buy all the Jaguar stock. There's a couple weeks. We took a hit. We took a big hit. But Trevor Lawrence, is he going to be like the next Andrew Luck level quarterback? He's pretty good. And we were sitting there this season. There was a stretch where we were wondering, who is next? Who's going to step up in the NFL? We weren't seeing it from these guys. But now we're seeing it from Justin Fields. Now we're seeing it from Trevor Lawrence. And you're starting to feel good about a couple of these young guys taking those
Absolutely.
steps forward. Because there was a moment, Amory, where not none of these guys were really popping for us.
No. Last year was toxic, definitely, for Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars. But I definitely have seen in the second year, and just these quarterbacks, and you're taking the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields are going to be scary in the future. Tua, Jalen Hurts, all these guys, they're on their third year. Josh Allen's is only on his third year. I mean, we have a group of like really good quarterbacks that are young and hungry, and I'm just very excited about this class.
By Trevor Lawrence. By the Jaguars.
They're a team.
You cannot give away your Zach Wilson
That
stock
is a
right
team.
now.
Making his players better, too, at his second year.
You're going to need a bailout if you bought stock in Zach Wilson, like the New York Jets. 505-246-0610. That is the 377 Brewery hotline. The text line this morning. We got a little week that was sprinkled throughout because we had some major interviews this week on the opening drive that are very relevant that still matter going into the weekend. So we're going to catch you up there because I haven't noticed well, under the weather. I want one moment in time to come home from one of these trips. I feel like a truck hit me in the face. Hopefully we'll get there. But 'tis the season right now. When we come back on the other side, all the pressure is on Dak Prescott, but not in the way you might think. Cowboys, Eagles, the pressure coming down on Dak Prescott. It's the opening drive here on 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Here at Clark's Pets, we understand your pets. We take meticulous time to find out more about them. Dig deep into their world to understand their needs. We do research for knowledge of each pet, so you can trust Clark's Pets to provide you the best products and service for your pets, because we work hard to understand all of their needs. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Here at Clark's Pets, we understand your pets. We take meticulous time to find out more about them. Dig deep into their world to understand their needs. We do research for knowledge of each pet, so you can trust Clark's Pets to provide you the best products and service for your pets, because we work hard to understand all of their needs. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We here at Clark.
Dak Prescott this weekend, not the way you might think. Okay, they're playing Gardner Minshew. It's a backup quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles. This season, no one is going to feel sorry for you. You're playing with your backup quarterback. When you're playing your rival, you're going to enjoy that victory just as much. Let's say Dallas were to beat the Cowboys with Jalen Hurts or without Jalen Hurts. Flip it around, the Cowboys with Dak Prescott, without Dak Prescott. You got to find a way. It's a Gardner Minshew show this weekend. Philadelphia, 5-point underdogs at Dallas. But all the pressure is on Dak Prescott. Not to win the game by himself. It's to play a clean game. He got by the Jaguars. Let one get away. And everyone's looking at Dak Prescott. Contract, franchise quarterback. He's thrown 10 interceptions since week 8. And that game-winning interception for the Jaguars, such a funky play. Dak Prescott out of the pocket, just trying to keep it alive. Kind of throws it at the general direction of the receiver and just pops up perfectly.
And JJ, Dak Prescott is playing a very good pass rush this weekend, and just an overall very good Eagles defense. That is scary.
That's why if you look at that, -5
But I
in
think
favor
they
of
can
the
do it.
Cowboys.
I think they can do it. I feel like it's a coin flip. I don't like the 5 points though.
But Dak Prescott needs to play a clean football game.
Clean,
just a
good.
clean football game. Take away those mistakes. Don't turn the football over. Put some early pressure on Gardner Minshew, because the one thing you're getting out of Gardner Minshew is no fear. I'm really interested to see how this Eagles team operates with Gardner Minshew. because they lose the rushing effect of Jalen Hurts, and that has helped open up so many things for Miles Sanders this season. Because Gardner Minshew, the gunslinger from Pullman, he's got A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. He's not going to be afraid to throw it around. So this is an opportunity for the Dallas Cowboys to maybe pull one down defensively, get some confidence back. If Gardner Minshew gets a little over his skis, aggressive in the passing game, try to force some of those turnovers that have been missing recently for the Cowboys defense. But I'm really interested to see the game plan for the Eagles with Gardner Minshew under center, because he was one of the backup quarterbacks everyone still loves. The mustache personality. He's got some nice stats to back it all up.
No, he's a great backup. He's who you want in this situation.
And the Eagles have put themselves in this position, being 13-1 overall, to have that buffer, and to give Jalen Hurts a week off because it is his right shoulder. If it's his left shoulder, Jalen Hurts would be playing this weekend. But right shoulder, throwing shoulder, you want to find the best way to manage this because it's not going away to still be able to make your playoff run. And I am fascinated about this game just because I want to see the Eagles offensively. What do they look like with Gardner Minshew? How do their things change with the way they've been built offensively? All the game planning behind Jalen Hurts. But then Dallas, it is right there. It is right there. They play a clean game.
They're at home.
At home.
At home's huge.
And get some confidence back defensively.
Yeah, the defense has been giving up a lot of big plays lately, but they're good defense, man.
Let Micah Parsons tee off on Gardner Minshew. So that's where early success. Try to get out there, put some pressure on the Eagles. Maybe Gardner Minshew gets a little antsy, wants to get a little too aggressive early in the game, because it's a long season, y'all. It's sports, and there's the roller coaster ride of it. It's the flow. There are very few teams, and we really haven't even seen any team outside of, you could probably say, the Eagles, that have just been the same team every single week. You're going to have your moments where your offense has to pick up your defense and vice versa. And this is one of those moments that it sets up against a good Eagles defense for the Cowboys offense to take some pressure off that defense and potentially put them in position to really get after Gardner Minshew. And so I'm fascinated by this game. It's not just because it's a rivalry late in the season, Cowboys-Eagles. I really want to see how Nick Sirianni changes things up with Gardner Minshew. I want to see if Gardner still has that spark that we've seen him play with at times in a big-time game on the road. And we forgot about Gardner a little bit because we just haven't seen him. Jalen Hurts has been fantastic. Jalen Hurts has put himself in position to not just be talked about as an MVP, but the guy you're like, oh yeah, Philadelphia's got their quarterback. We haven't been worried about who the backup quarterback for the Eagles has been.
I've been looking forward to this game since earlier in the season. I was like, oh, that's going to be good. Because I thought that's what the NFC East was going to come down to. Did I think the Eagles were going to be 13-1? Not really. And the Cowboys are a good team. They just need to heat up again. Because they gave up over 500 yards in offense last week. That's crazy. This is a good Dallas defense.
Yeah, and for Dallas,
that's bad.
They're still sitting there. And if things go south for the Eagles, you know,
that
there could be a
shakeup
atop the NFC, because the Vikings, they're still 11-3.
So they're
the
Cowboys
sitting right there.
And so are the Cowboys.
The Cowboys are 10-4 with the San
10-4.
Francisco
Sorry,
49ers. 10-4.
Sorry, I forgot this Jaguars.
So Philadelphia, they're locked in. They clinched the playoff spot, as did the Cowboys. They're not locked in as a top seed. So they have a one-game cushion right now, to where if they were to get got by the Cowboys, all right, they still sit there. Would it be a game and a half? It'll just be a game depending on what happens with the Vikings. So if the Eagles be 13-2,
and the Vikings are playing the Giants,
they're either going to be 12-3 or 11-4. So they'll have that game cushion still. That's why you got to let Jalen Hurts get rested up. But this could open a whole new race atop the NFC, because let's talk about those Minnesota Vikings, Marie, and Kirk Cousins, who, do you want to hear something that might blow your mind?
Yes. And I'm thank you for. I hope it's positive.
The list of players to throw 25-plus touchdown passes in 8 straight seasons in NFL history. Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Mr. Phillip Rivers, and with 1 touchdown pass this weekend, it'll be Kirk Cousins.
Wow. I didn't know that stat.
Dude's a fantasy superstar. He
is a fantasy superstar.
But now he's got a team that's in position to have the last laugh with where they are, locked in as division winners, 4-point favorites at home against the Giants. They love to win games late. That is a fantastic trait for the Vikings because guess what? They never feel like they're out of the game either.
No.
That's a positive.
Even, the positive thing about this team, and new coach Kevin McCall is just so positive. We're down 33-0, and they're like, we still got this. I was like, really, guys? But we did. No, this is going to be a good game. Giants are hungry, too, at 8-5-1 after beating the Commanders on Sunday Night Football. This is all playoff implications.
This feels exactly like one of those games that's on the number.
Yeah, because I'm like
24-20, 21-17. Because
I know I started stuttering, but yeah, I'm like, oh boy, this is gonna be typical.
Because the Giants, they got away with one last week.
Oh,
Kayvon
yes,
Thibodeau stole that game for them.
Yes, they did. There's a lot of hugging.
If you're the Commanders, you're frustrated in some of the calls at the end, but you also got to be frustrated that you weren't able to take advantage of that opportunity earlier at home. Because the Giants, they're still on life support. They shouldn't still be hanging around. But it's a credit to Brian Daboll. It's a credit to when you have your star players or someone that you have brought in to be a star in Kayvon Thibodeau. You draft him in the 5th overall pick?
Yeah, I think so.
Top 5 pick?
Yes.
You bring him in to be that franchise changer on the defense, and he was. Had the touchdown, blew that game open early. But the Giants are on life support. In this game, it feels like one of those ones. Be right there, maybe a late field goal, late touchdown. Gives the Minnesota Vikings a cushion. But that's all you want is an opportunity. You want to have a chance. And the Minnesota Vikings could have some crazy chance to be the number 1 seed in the NFC. And that is why what happens after coming out of this weekend. The update on Jalen Hurts. If the Cowboys beat the Eagles with their backup quarterback, it opens that door. When we were sitting here for a little bit just thinking that, all right, the Eagles are going to cruise to the top seed in the NFC. And with 3 weeks left in the regular season, that looks different now.
JJ, I'm trying to put my fandom aside right now and not get my hopes up, but no, that's going to look very different. This is going to be the most exciting weekend of football in general because there's with that and 2 of the games involve 3 teams in the NFC East and playoff implications and where they're going to seed. I just can't wait.
Can't wait.
But the Vikings defense gives up a lot of yards, especially with the run game and through the air. So is Daniel Jones going to be Saquon Barkley to run against the Vikings? That's the number 1 question.
That is why you've needed a lot of Kirk Cousins, Justin Jefferson, and KJ Osborne, and Adam Thielen touchdown here or there.
So many yards.
That's why you've needed
worst pass
the right
defense.
arm of Kirk Cousins this season. 505-246-0610. That is the 377 Brewery hotline and text line this morning. Coming up at 8 o'clock, it's our conversation with Richard Pitino coming off the Lobos' victory over Iona, beating his dad. But New Mexico finished non-conference schedule 12-0. They're feeling good. They got some time off. They're back in action. Mountain West play starts next Wednesday. They take on Colorado State. So it was a conversation with head coach Richard Pitino that's coming up at 8 o'clock. It's opening drive here at 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Young. Here's one up off the rim. Jarek Dudal with that shot, and Mask underneath. Defense is not there in time. Good move by Justin Mask.
Well, first.
Nice pass. That's working that flex offense right there. And there's another timeout for Coach Barella.
Montez scans the scene, finds the corner, shot is up. Ooh, there's another one. Aris, that's 9 for Aris as she's hit.
And Coach Segura said there have been some injuries on preps as far as the players, so maybe playing zone right now.
Fights 3 is good. Jackson Fight knocks it down for the left side, from the left side for the Sun Devils. They lead by 10.
They're playing.
A perfect 36 on his ACT composite. Big 3! Carried in by Dylan McCleskey.
Trifectas of her own. Fires it off down low. Campos off the glass, and there it is.
Quick this shot. They got a shot up with 5 seconds.
Transition 3's up, and it hit at the buzzer by Ian Hoingsberg.
Picture perfect execution. Ball that hit the ground in 5 seconds.
Ball is stolen away by Montoya. Sartans are on the break. Calb finds Trujillo. Pump fake. Trujillo was rejected by Terrell. Rebounded by Calb. Hook shot is up. It's good. 2 points for Brian Calb.
Go one-on-one, and this is good things usually have. Oh, great.
H.A. Rivera. I think the story in this one is the pressure defense that has turned up. They force another turnover. Calb's on the break.
Throw it down.
Calb puts it down. Brian Calb with the dunk in transition.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Here at Clark's Pets, we understand your pets. We take meticulous time to find out more about them. Dig deep into their world to understand their needs. We do research for knowledge of each pet, so you can trust Clark's Pets to provide you the best products and service for your pets, because we work hard to understand all of their needs. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit International Protective Service.
We heard Lobo football coach Danny Gonzalez talk about going through HR this week for his new offensive coordinator. The reports are out there. Multiple reporters put it out there that it looks like Bryant Vincent is going to be the Lobos' new offensive coordinator. It's first put out there by On3, picked up by a couple more reporters after that. And Vincent was the interim head coach for UAB this season after 4 seasons as the Blazers' offensive coordinator under Bill Clark. Under Vincent, UAB finished 7-6 this season. They beat Miami of Ohio in the Bahamas Bowl. While Vincent was there, the Blazers were 35-15 from 2018 and 21, including 19-6 in Conference USA play. And Vincent, he's a former Alabama high school head coach, assistant head coach, OC, and quarterbacks coach at South Alabama for 3 seasons. prior to making the move to UAB in 2018. And UAB is a program that, they went through some things. They shut down the program for a year and then brought it back. So Vincent, knows what it takes. Start at the bottom and try to get back to the top. In the conversations this week, in Lobo football, they brought in 11. We'll hear from Jerry Kill, New Mexico State's head coach, this morning as well, because they're playing a bowl game on Monday in Detroit against Bowling Green. So they're preparing for a bowl, and they had a huge signing class. 29 players they brought in. We had a question at the end of the show yesterday. And one of the callers said, what should the time frame be on rebuilding a football program? How long should you give a coach? And this is a really hard question to answer because you have your outliers. Because people right now, Aggie fans are going, whew, not even a year, and we're in a bowl game. Guns up, Jerry Kill. Utah State, we saw last year. Blake Anderson comes in, they win the Mountain West Conference. So there's wild swings on both ends. Of course, the University of New Mexico, and a much larger hill to climb. And I just don't know if you can put a definitive time frame on things anymore because of how quickly we see some teams turn around due to the transfer portal, but just the numbers that you need to bring in 1 year to be good. Now, Utah State, when Blake Anderson came in, they were far from the worst program in the Mountain West. They had recent success. Jordan Love was their quarterback. He was a first-round NFL pick. So that one is, I said, it's like the outliers. Right? You can't just look and say, oh, Utah State, look what they did in 1 year. They're a much better program than the Lobos have been. And so there's so many different factors in it. And I'm excited to see what Brian Vincent is going to do. But then you take a step back and go, oof, where are the receivers? What's it going to look like? You have to hit on JUCO guys right away. And so the answer to that question is, well, how long does it take? How long do you want to give a coach? That's the answer to the question. However long you give the coach to be the head coach at your university is the time he gets. And for the Lobos, this was pretty much worst case scenario this season, is you did see improvement from the defense. But that defense hit a wall because the offense could do absolutely nothing. When scoring 8-9 points per game, it doesn't matter if it's Rocky Long. It doesn't matter if it's Bill Belichick. It doesn't matter if it's Chuck Noll, whatever coach there is. Your team is not going to live to that standard if you're not getting a little bit of help. But then you go into this season, you lose the two biggest bright spots on that defense, and Cody Moon and AJ Halsey. All right, Tavian Combs comes back. Keep your fingers crossed that we find another diamond in the rough that pops up. Schematically, scheme-wise, they'll be fine. Danny can call a defense just like Rocky Long. But talent-wise, that's a question. And that is the giant unknown. Because it's no longer just about, hey, get the coaching. It is so much harder when it comes to college football. Because we're sitting here with no idea what to do when it comes to really college football and trying to build a program. Because these coaches, they're not going to go out there and start slamming the transfer portal because they benefit from it. The Lobos are so good in basketball because of the transfer portal. And so all you got to do, Marie, is somehow, some way, find lightning in a bottle in 2-year windows when that has never been the formula in college football, but it is now.
JJ, sports fans are never going to be patient. People are never going to be patient. I feel like even when you're winning, they're not patient.
Because you start building expectations and you want to keep
Absolutely.
pushing higher. And not just bowl eligibility. You want to win a conference. You want to get to a bigger bowl game. Things along those lines. You don't want to play in the NIT anymore. You want to play an NCAA tournament.
people like the transfer portal if it's working for them. And the transfer portal still can work for the Lobos.
Yes, it can.
Every great team goes through years of down years, and I understand the frustration, but and I'm not trying to excuse the pandemic, but I do think that comes into play. But I think you should give a coach a couple years. College football is way different than basketball. Two different sports.
Because good NIL deals.
Whoa, way different.
In college basketball, it gets you Morris Udeze and Josiah Alec right away.
Right away.
In football, you can get one good player, but it doesn't matter.
53 on the team. So
Yeah.
I just I don't know what people want. I think the transfer portal is a very positive thing.
It's benefiting athletes. It's benefiting these schools. It get hurt when you lose your good players. But at this point in time, everyone knows what's at stake. Everyone knows how the portal works. Everyone knows what these kids are hearing, what they're trying to jump for. It's a game within a game. And there's been enough time that it's not a surprise to any of these coaches. But I do think it's a fascinating question these days, because you used to say, all right, let's give a coach 4 years. Let him have 4 years, a recruiting class. We'll see him develop, see what his seniors look like. We'll see what his sophomore and junior class looks like. That's no longer a thing at all. Because you have extra year of eligibility. You have 6-year players. You have 5th-year players. You have freshmen that are coming in being good and bouncing. So the answer to that question is, I have no idea. But you just got to understand that these windows are smaller, and people's patience is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Yeah. So I was just rattling through my brain yesterday, because I think it is a really good question. Is how long should we wait as a fan? If you're sitting there like, how long should I wait for this to work out?
Just trust the process.
Well, the process, if you're looking at Lobo football, it's hard to trust right now, because that process resulted in 2 wins, a brand new offense going into year 5. Then how long are you going to give that offensive coordinator, if it is Bryant Vincent, who everyone is reporting is going to be the next offensive coordinator of the Lobos, to work when you're 4 years in and you're already pretty frustrated, most Lobo fans are, about what they've seen? Because you watched the second half of the season, and you couldn't even just sit there and say, well, they were good on defense for the first 6 games. Like, yeah, this doesn't matter to me anymore.
Yeah.
Because nothing looks good.
Nothing matter what's behind. They
Right
just
now.
stay present, stay in the moment.
Yeah.
They don't even think bigger picture.
But and also, I was thinking about that watching Air Force beat Baylor, because Air Force is the team always bet on the over in their win total and bet them to win their bowl game, because the Air Force Falcons are always locked in. They beat Baylor 30-15, and it was cold. Do you think you want to be playing against an option team? Do you think you want to have those Air Force dudes smashing you on a cold night if you're Baylor?
No,
absolutely
absolutely
not.
not.
They
No.
wanted nothing to do with the Air Force Falcons. And how about that for Air Force? 5 of the last 10 seasons, 10 or more wins. They just keep getting it done, and they're doing it without NIL deals. You cannot get an NIL deal if you go to the Service Academy. That's not what their life is about.
No.
505-246-0610. That is the 377 Brewery hotline. The text line this morning, it is the opening drive here on 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Starting stronger.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Here at Clark's Pets, we understand your pets. We take meticulous time to find out more about them. Dig deep into their world to understand their needs. We do research for knowledge of each pet, so you can trust Clark's Pets to provide you the best products and service for your pets, because we work hard to understand all of their needs. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here. We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here. We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Nine FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
Got a grievance on the text line.
Oh, I've been waiting for them.
I'll get you that.
Happy Festivus to the rest of us.
Air it out.
It's the day where you air out your grievances.
Fine. Take
and
your
I
shots.
know a lot of you have a lot of
I got a
grievances.
target on my back as always.
Oh, because Jeffy Claus isn't here.
Jeff is not here.
Bring it on, y'all.
Y'all suckers can... I'm not going to finish that sentence. Did you see this one? Because there's stories that just keep coming to life. The end of that Patriots-Raiders game last week was unbelievable. Still think they're trying to peel Mac Jones off the turf as they get ready for Cincinnati. But I know you would like this one.
I'm
Amory.
very excited.
A bettor won $2.8 million
Oh, I saw
on
this.
a 5-leg NFL parlay thanks to the Raiders' win over the Patriots.
God, could you imagine him watching that last play?
So Chandler Jones...
Did it say how much he bet? I'll look it up. Sorry.
So it was better Marco Piemonte. He cashed in on his 5-leg NFL parlay, won a whopping $2.8 million. He bet $31,000.
I always think, by the way,
parlay.
I always think it's so random. I know you're going to go into this wonderful take of yours, but I always love when bettors are like $31,000. Like, even if let's put it out there in the universe, when I have that money, I don't think I'd just do like $31,000.
But you're
Like,
winning the lottery today, right? Is that today?
Yes, I'm winning
We're
the
talking
lottery.
about that.
Hello.
Yes,
But
sir.
even when I win the lottery, I'm not putting $31,000 on my dumb parlay.
And that's kind of like one of those professional bettor type levels.
Yeah, that's
deals.
like. I mean, I want to. I'm not there yet. Like Amory, we're still we're not there
Slowly
yet.
but surely. Grow it.
I put like 10, 20, 100, maybe 100 sometimes. But anyways, 2.8 million, thanks to
that play.
Mac Jones.
Can you imagine?
Jacoby Myers, not Mac
That is
Jones.
why people bet, because you're chasing that high, but the adrenaline, the anxiety that is going through you at that moment watching that game with $31,000 on the line.
And JJ, I also know it's the end of the year and people like recap, like just like how we're replaying some good sprinkles of interviews for this week. Maybe we can come up with like dumbest plays, even though that's going to win it of the year of this season. Maybe
That's probably the dumbest play we've seen all year. Like the butt fumble still has a special place just because of how outrageous that was. That wasn't a game-winning play. Could this be like the ugliest play in NFL history for the Patriots? Yes,
it's pretty up there.
but like it doesn't knock the butt fumble off its pedestal for me, just because it was so unbelievable to see Mark Sanchez run into his offensive lineman's rear
That
end.
was pretty funny. I just can't get over that the they were tied. They weren't like trying. I understand if you're trying to win the game and you're throwing the ball all over, but they were tied.
It's a brain fart. It's Jacoby Myers saw Ramondre Stevenson ladder it. Let me just keep doing this because why the heck not? And it was all bad, eh?
All bad,
bad.
all sick.
All right, here's their first grievance on the text line. It says, rumor mill, hey, Jeff, I heard you put in for the transfer portal. Fashion police, JJ, your sports coat over your hoodie on Channel 7 last week, not cool.
Oh, it's very cool. Don't let him tell you that.
Yeah,
Don't let him tell you that.
not taking fashion advice from a texter.
You know what's so funny? And Jeff loves that look on you. He talks about it all the time. Not that it matters, but I'm just saying, like, that's
I'll
really
listen
funny.
to the TV guy.
Also, fun fact, I
Over
went to
Mr.
fashion school. No one knows this about me.
Thanks for watching on Channel 7, though. I appreciate it, but
Hey, look, the haters be watching. They say listening. That's a great look
It's
on you,
not
JJ.
a bad look, bro.
It's a great look.
I'm still in that weird transitional stage where I'm not full on get off my rocks yet, where I'm still trying to hang on to being a little cool.
Yeah.
I'm in that weird transitional
It's
stage.
Festivus. You're allowed to. You yell, "Get off your rocks" all day today.
That look
it's
is
a
fly.
holiday.
Especially if I
It's
was at
so
the New
fly.
Mexico Bowl.
Oh no,
for the
JJ,
first
don't lose
half.
that look.
No, I was at the New Mexico Bowl for the first half. Was there with my family, enjoying it. And then I was like, all right, guys,
Unless Tilly says something, that's it.
I got to go do some TV.
I'm sure Tilly liked it.
And usually if you've seen me on TV, I'm buttoned up. I'm a suit and tie look, but this was...
No, it's sporty. It's casual.
I was
it's cool.
leaving the New Mexico Bowl. I didn't want to have to go change into a suit and tie. That's kind of like new age TV stuff when you're just doing a special. Like that looks fine for sports.
No. You looked fly. That
100%.
hater gotta hate. Hater keep hating.
I
On
know
your
it's not a
swag,
look
on your drip.
that a lot of people can rock.
No, it's not.
Just saying.
That's what I'm saying. That's why they're gonna hate.
But keep them coming because it is that day. Air them out.
Air
What do
'em
you got? I'm here. Text line.
Festivus for the rest of us.
What do you got? Emery's got some stuff she's gonna drop on you.
Oh, I am. I'm gonna
Locked and
drop
loaded,
it.
ready to go.
We have a list.
Got the list. Just to this weekend. 3-day weekend on deck.
Lot of. Oh my God,
Playoff like
JJ.
games.
JJ, I know we're big NBA
Saturday,
guys.
Sunday.
NBA. I
Five-game
love
slate
this.
on
I love
Christmas.
this. I watch all the NBA games.
Which is nice because for you filthy sports animals, you're going to be watching the Broncos Rams because some of us can't quit
Oh boy.
that game. But it's going
I'm
to be nice
very-
to have a little
Ooh, you and
NBA on the
you
side.
and Jeff should have a little wager.
Baker Mayfield versus maybe Russell Wilson. Hey, we're going to talk with Brandon Cristal from KO Radio up in Denver coming up at 9 o'clock to just get some insight on where the heck the Denver Broncos are going after this season. We'll talk about the AFC West, what he's seen out of the Chiefs and the Chargers. So Brandon Cristal is going to join us at 9 o'clock. But coming up next, Richard Pitino on his team's 12-0 start, finally able to close the chapter of Rick versus Richard Pitino and how he's feeling about the arc of this Lobo basketball team this season. That is next. It's the opening drive here on 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers. We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
April. There are 363 Division I college basketball teams. 363. As we sit here on the 19th of December, only 5 of those teams are undefeated still. University of Connecticut, Purdue, Chris Jans over at Mississippi State's doing a nice job in his first year. They're undefeated. Utah State in the Mountain West. And the University of New Mexico at 11-0. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck, glad you're with us after an 82-74 Lobo win over Iona in the pit last night. And then I told you this. I walked down the ramp, and it was a familiar feel. It was a feel that I remember what this felt like. The pit was full. You looked around, and all the corners, upstairs, downstairs, people were pumped. It was loud. It had that familiar buzz. And it was a fun night and a big victory. The head coach of the Lobos in his second year is Richard Pitino. He joins us this morning. Congratulations, Richard. Great night, great win.
Thank you. Appreciate it. It was a lot of fun. And kind of like you said, I mean, just the buzz going down that ramp, you could feel it. You know, so it's awesome for our fans and our community. It's great for our players, you know, to have that experience, especially with just the build-up of the non-conference and everything, to kind of get that going, you know, before obviously Christmas was a lot of fun.
You talked about the building, you've talked about the pit, you've talked about the fans, but it was a little different last night. Do you notice it? Did the guys notice it? Do you even talk about it? Because last night, and there's a few more notches to still up it, but do you talk about the difference in that feel last night and the way it was?
Yeah, I mean, you just tell them, you know, sometimes a great crowd can make you play poorly, as crazy as that sounds, or maybe a little bit differently than you normally would. So it doesn't matter where we play, you know, because you're playing San Fran in a neutral site, and it's like an 11 o'clock game with 500 people there. You try to get them to understand basketball is basketball. You got to play the same in front of a 14,500 crowd or a 500 crowd. You just got to not get too high, not get too low, and really just focus on yourself as well as the opponent, but also embrace that you as a team has rebuilt this fan base and got them engaged again. So embrace that, enjoy it, because you can't overlook that.
Meanwhile, good win over a good team, and you're 11-0, and your team is playing really well. And you saw zone defense last night. You've seen different things. Your team is playing well. I know you don't feel like you've maxed out yet, but they're in a good spot.
Yeah, I mean, the storyline was certainly me versus my dad, and you know, I knew it would be that, and it is hard, but I just felt like it was worth it because I knew we'd get a great crowd in the non-conference. I assumed we'd be on a nationally televised stage, and that just helps the growth of the program. You know, recruits watch, you know, your fans get more engaged. So although the storyline was me versus my dad, it really wasn't that. It was New Mexico, who's undefeated, and an Iona team that may be the best team we played all year. I mean, they've got talent, they play hard, they're long, they scrap. They're not going to lose a lot of games. So it was a quality win for our program. But you know, when you can get in year two that type of an environment, it really sells a lot for the future.
Lobo basketball coach Richard Pitino's with us this morning on the opening drive after beating Iona last night, 82-74.
Well, Richard, I know that Iona sees everything that you do. You see everything that Iona does. Was there anything that surprised you about that matchup last night? Because it seemed like you were ready for everything, at least got your team ready for everything that they were going to see.
Well, I mean, if there's one advantage to knowing your dad, like I would say probably more so than a different opponent was. I kind of figured he would play some zone just because we've been really good offensively. So we prepared for that. We prepared for their press. I mean, that's not surprising that they're going to press. That's all they do is press. But they thought they could wear House down. That was really the goal for them. And obviously House made some huge plays at the end, made, 11 for 11 from the foul line. But, for the most part, I thought we were pretty prepared. They were prepared. They understood what we try to do. We understood what they try to do. And it was just two really good teams gutting it out and trying to find a win.
With that pressure that they wanted to put on Jalen House and Jamal Mashburn Jr., KJ Jenkins off the bench, 17 points. How big was he to open things up for everyone else?
I thought he was terrific. We have not, KJ and Javonte especially, have not shot the ball great. And I really do believe that they were both going to get it going. KJ had a little thumb deal with his right hand. I was a little concerned with that. But he just gutted it out. Donovan Dent off the bench, Sebastian Forsling off the bench. You need everybody. It's hard to win. And every game, there's a and everybody's got to be ready, and those guys off the bench were terrific.
I want to mention those two guys. There was a stretch in the first half. Morris went to the bench with his second foul. I thought there was a stretch where Sebastian gave you some minutes. I thought his post defense, especially on one particular possession, was terrific. He went down the other side on a break and had a terrific pass on a break for a dunk. Then he finished with a dunk. I thought his minutes early were really, really good. And one of the biggest plays I thought early in the game was the block on the break that Donovan had coming out of nowhere on a fast break. And look at the stat line. Those guys aren't jumping off the page, but I thought those two guys in the first half gave you really, really big minutes.
No doubt. Sebastian it was a good matchup for him because they play some really big guys, and it wasn't as much small ball as some other teams that we play, but he was ready to go. I mean, it's hard for those guys when they don't play major minutes or they get DMPs, and it's just part of the sacrifice of being part of a team. And obviously Donovan Dent, I believe, is the best freshman in the Mountain West. He is just smooth. He's under control. And that block, I mean, it came out of nowhere. He's got an extra gear, and freshmen sometimes it takes them a little while to figure out how to do that all the time. But he's a very, very talented player, and Sebastian's had such a up and down off season because of injuries and illness and so on. It was great for him to bounce back and get some good minutes.
Yeah, I consciously didn't ask about you and your dad early in this thing, but you brought it up. You glad it's over? I mean, it was great that he played this, and I think that it's they were on their way out to Hawaii and they're going to play in the Diamond Head, and it made sense schedule-wise, but he didn't have to. You glad it's over now? You don't have to talk about it anymore and just continue to talk about your team? Because I thought you handled it so well, and the things that you said are so right. But it was sexy. It was a good matchup, and I mean, your dad is who he is, man. He's one of the best who's ever done this, and was coming through Albuquerque, and it was exciting for these fans.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot for sure, but I knew that, and that's why Archie Miller and Sean Miller never want to play each other. The Drews never wanted to play each other, because it is a lot. But the stage that we're at in the program, we need to regenerate local interest as well as national interest. We can't let this brand go backwards. It's got to go forwards. I mean, it's one of the best fan bases in college basketball, and we've got to wake it up. And so if I've got to answer some questions for a week long, I'll do it to generate that interest. Now, it was a long week for sure. I try to be really respectful of anybody who ever wants to talk to me, but it was a little bit challenging. What I really liked about it, though, was when the game started, it was about two really good teams. And I said this after the game, my dad did not need to play that game. He knew it'd be a tough environment. He knew it'd be a 14, 15,000 crowd, but he did that obviously for me. But our community benefits from it. Our athletic department benefits from that. So really, really appreciative. But more than anything, I just love the fact that we got past it, and it was a great game. So it was a long week. I would say I'm lying if I said I wasn't a little bit relieved that it's over with and we can kind of focus. Because I've said this before, I don't love attention. That's not me. I want it to be all.
about the kids. Yeah.
Fan base. So it's good to. Sorry.
No, it cut out, and so I was your phone just cut out for a second.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No. Don't. Did you get to go to dinner last night? Did you get to spend some time before they took off?
Yeah, it was great. My dad is notoriously horrendous after games if they lose, so I was grateful that he wasn't. So we were able to get together as a family and then go.
Yeah, I thought his advice when he said, continue to focus on what you do well and move on and not get complacent. I know I'm paraphrasing that. Can you share anything that you talked about after dinner? I know it's personal moments. I never ask about that stuff, but is there anything that you'd like to share or can from dinner last night?
No, I mean, I think when I got this opportunity, he told me, because he had coached in the pit, obviously, goes to a Final Four winning in here. He just said, you got to do it. That building is amazing. And I think part of him was, obviously you're frustrated with your own team when you lose a game, but I think he was really excited and proud of, in such a short time, not only did we win, but just the energy and the enthusement and the, excitement from our fans. I think it's a validation of him telling me why I should take this job, and it's a great spot. So I know he was proud of what we've got. He's also, excited to get back to work. I mean, when you're in an in-season mode, so it's great. I mean, he hasn't been able to be out here much just because of all the in-season stuff, but it was awesome to be able to get all family together before Christmas.
Richard, I want to get one more in on your players, and of course your standout guards, Jalen House, Jamal Mashburn Jr. They're always, compared to their fathers that well, but now you look at Mashburn, he scored 1,000 career points. Just a consistency about his game. It's unbelievable, and that's a big milestone for him.
Yeah, I mean, I've told especially Jalen and Jamal this, this is not a knock on the media. It's everybody does this. You're always going to be compared to somebody. JJ and I talked about it the other day on the radio. Comparison is the thief of joy. It just is, and you can't try to compare yourself to an NBA player or a Hall of Fame coach, or in Jeff's case, a Hall of Fame radio guy as well. You've got to be able to just be comfortable in your own skin. You've got to put in the work. And with Jamal, nobody works harder. And I am so lucky that I was able to bring a culture guy with me here. He's a really good player, obviously, but his work just stands for itself. I mean, he'll be in there today, and he'll be putting in the work, and I'll be telling him to get out of the gym. So really proud of both of those guys that they're getting their moment, because 99.9% of the time it's awesome being the father of a coach or father of an NBA guy, but it can be a little bit frustrating at times, and those guys got to be comfortable in their own skin and, be proud of what they've accomplished this young in their careers.
Hey, lastly, polls come out today. Aside from any incentives that there might be in a contract, that sort of stuff, I mean, how important would it be, or does it matter to have a number next to your name, whether it's today, next week, whenever it's going to be?
I can assure you there's not an incentive in my contract.
Right. Yeah.
I'm going to check, though.
Yeah, no, you should.
You know what? Yeah, honestly, it's really not a big deal, but for our fans, I know they're fired up about it. My son, Jack, woke up and immediately came to our room and said, how do I find the rankings? I said, it's this afternoon. So I believe we deserve to be ranked. It'll be fun for our fan base and recruiting and so on. But at the end of the day, that's not the goal. We're more kind of into all the advanced analytics and all those things. But if it generates some national interest and helps in recruiting and our players really care about it, then I'm all for it. But we won't treat anything differently if we are ranked, that's for sure.
Yeah. Hey, congratulations. Appreciate you doing this morning. Keep doing it your way, because obviously it's woke up some fans. And I said earlier this morning, people tell me, the fan base has died off. Well, I don't know. I mean, it sure seemed that there were a lot of Lobo fans who were hungry for this and got it yesterday, and we'll be back. So keep doing what you're doing, and congratulations on the win yesterday. Good luck tomorrow night.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
Richard Pitino, head basketball coach of the University of New Mexico.
This report is sponsored by Pfizer. When temperatures drop, COVID-19.
Young, here's one up off the rim. Jarek Dudal with that shot, and Mask underneath. Defense is not there in time. Good move by Justin Mask.
Well, first.
Nice pass. That's working that flex offense right there. And there's another timeout for Coach Barella.
Montez scans the scene, finds the corner, shot is up. Ooh, there's another one. Aris, that's 9 for Aris as she's hit.
And Coach Segura said there have been some injuries on preps as far as the players, so maybe playing zone right now.
Fight's 3 is good. Jackson Fight knocks it down for the left side, from the left side for the Sun Devils. They lead by 10.
They're playing.
A perfect 36 on his ACT composite. Big 3! Buried in by Dylan McCleskey.
Trifectas of her own. Fires it off down low. Campos off the glass, and there it is.
Quick this shot. They got a shot up with 5 seconds. Transition 3's up. And it's in at the buzzer by Ian Tonsberg.
Picture perfect execution. Ball it on the ground in 5 seconds.
Ball is stolen away by Montoya. Spartans are on the break. Calb finds Trujillo. Pump fake. Trujillo was rejected by Terrell. Rebounded by Calb. Hook shot is up. It's good. 2 points for Brian Calb.
Go one-on-one, and this is good things usually have. Oh, great.
H.A. Rivera with...
I think the story in this one is the pressure defense that has turned up. They force another turnover. Calb's on the break.
Throw it down.
Calb puts it down. Brian Calb with the dunk in transition.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Here at Clark's Pets, we understand your pets. We take meticulous time to find out more about them. Dig deep into their world to understand their needs. We do research for knowledge of each pet, so you can trust Clark's Pets to provide you the best products and service for your pets, because we work hard to understand all of their needs. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
Sports Animal.
Air them out. The grievances. It's
Festivus. Festivus for the rest of us, JJ. You air your grievances.
8:45. A. Marie's going to drop some grievances on you.
Yes! I have a list. I really do have a list.
Got some things she's got to get off her
I was
chest.
making coffee this morning, about to head over
You're going
here.
to talk about your hoodies. She's going to
Yeah.
talk about your look on television.
Yeah. Yeah. Or not on television. Jeez Louise.
Got some things that have been
I
bottling
got him.
up.
I got him.
Boiling over.
Name 3 players on the
Entire
list.
year of this
Oh.
nonsense. And we still
Can't
got a
wait.
week left. Because we'll be here next week. We are off
Yeah,
on Monday.
We'll come up with some fun stuff.
Back with you on Tuesday. Hope y'all are doing well this morning. Bouncing around. Maybe it's your last day in the office
Or you're
for
at
a few
home.
days. You're chilling at home.
We do have people listening to us all over the country, so stay warm, stay safe.
Much appreciated. Some of those temps are just outrageous, man. Like, it's one thing to be like, oh, I don't like cold weather, and they're like, oh, the wind chill's minus 40.
Don't
You're
worry,
like,
that's
what?
coming. That's coming with my
What?
that's coming with my grievances. The weather reports. But the games this weekend are going to be insane, and so I feel like there's going to be a lot of unders when it comes to the basic better.
Could
this
be with some of
weekend.
the weather.
With some of the weather,
If you're getting one of those just straight up
like
cold
negative
and windy
50
games,
wind chill
Like,
and
let's look at Buffalo and Chicago.
I
think the Bills can cover 8 points at Chicago.
No.
That wind coming off Lake Michigan.
Sheesh.
In Buffalo, they're hot and heavy in the race.
Heckle and Jide.
To
What's
stay.
it called? Jekyll and Hyde.
Heckle and Jide, I like that.
That's what I call
like
them
that
when
one.
they're off week.
Or what was it? The portal hole. We got
The
that
portal
one this
hole,
week.
the
That
portal-
was great. Instead of the transfer portal, you go into the portal hole. It's fantastic. JJ Buck-Amory with you. Adrian holding it down on ProView Networks. Thanks, Adrian, for hanging out with us this morning as well.
You're on the nice
And
list.
Merry Christmas to Wanda. She is always tuning in on our ProView stream.
Oh, that's so nice.
Thank
She
you
gets
so much for hanging
No
out.
coal for her either. Some of you are on the naughty list.
All y'all on the naughty list.
Half the text
All of
line
us.
is on the naughty list.
It's a grievance line this morning, so it's okay.
I'm gonna call it the Festivus line. That's
Festivus
actually
line this
very
morning.
funny.
Opening drive here on 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal. I think Robert Saleh has some grievances with Zach Wilson.
Yes. Would you? I was looking at. I told you on the break. I was looking at their list of quarterbacks because it's not like I forgot. I was just looking at it. Poor Jets.
Get that
fans.
reminder.
Get that reminder. Sometimes you gotta do it, especially before 2020. It's like, okay, sometimes your little brain fog between these drafts the last 5 years. Would you still have Sam Darnold or Zach Wilson over?
Right now, Sam Darnold.
Yeah,
He's not seeing ghosts.
He's
in the
not seeing
Ghostbusters.
ghosts or blitz.
What are they?
Or being able to throw
Detroit,
the ball.
2.5-point favorites at Carolina.
That's going to be a great game too. I can't believe I'm
Gotta
saying
get
at
it,
this
Troy.
point in the year.
Gotta
By the
get
way,
it.
yeah, but that I wouldn't sleep on the Carolina Panthers either. Like
They run the football. They're physical. Steve Wilkes
no,
hasn't played hard.
they-
There is something to be said. About just the mindset a coach can bring. And Steve Wilkes is at least has Carolina playing hard. And that is something it seems like it should be expected. It should be simple, but it's not in sports. All these dudes aren't always out there playing hard. You get a mix, and to get an entire locker room on the same page, especially with how bad things were in Carolina. That's why Steve Wilkes is getting some looks. Like, they're going to give him a legit opportunity to interview for that job after the season and see what happens.
Yeah, the Lions are heating up at the right time, and
Who do you like more right now? Because they're in similar situations. The Detroit Lions
I'm going to put my fandom aside. Yes.
or the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh man, can that be like a playoff? Well,
It would be the
NFC.
Super Bowl.
I'm like AFC NFC Championship. God, I'd be so happy for those fan bases. By the way, I'm that giving of a fan. By the way, I was thinking, I was like, oh, can that be the NFC and AFC champs? Could you imagine if that's Super Bowl? That'd be one of the craziest Super Bowl. Those fans wouldn't know what to do. Those fans wouldn't know what to do.
3-7.
But also Jacksonville
And now if Tennessee, who's going to have to start Malik Willis, because Ryan Tannehill is done for the season
I
with
think
an
the Titans
ankle
don't
injury.
have it. I think the Jaguars are the more complete team, JJ.
If Tennessee loses to the Texans on Saturday, the Jaguars will be in first place in the AFC South.
Yeah, so that means they will, if they win the division, they're going to host a little game at home. How fun for Jacksonville, those fans. JJ, you can't sleep on the Jaguars or the Lions, though.
It's cray-cray.
I like the Jaguars more as a complete team because the Lions' defense, their defensive line has gotten better, but they give up a lot of points and a lot of yards. That secondary is garbage. But they're a good team.
Yeah,
they're a good team.
In Detroit, this game feels similar to what they dealt with last week. In New York, I think the Jets are a better defense than Carolina.
Absolutely.
I'm talking on the road. They might slow down the Lions' offense a little bit, so they're going to have to grind it out. Sam Darnold, a little more confidence in him right now than you have in Zach Wilson. And Goff, if he continues this pace, he can show you that he's the quarterback of now and next year.
Oh,
because everyone just assuming
he should be.
that the Lions, they're going to use one of those picks.
Rude.
Now, if C.J. Stroud, Bryce Young are right there, do your homework. Do your work. And if you believe one of those guys has a higher ceiling than Jared Goff, don't be scared to take it. But Jared Goff got a team to the Super Bowl. Jared Goff, we're seeing, the Lions, Amon-Ra St. Brown, multiple running backs. Jamison Williams, they're developing some talent.
Oh, no, their offense all around.
This could trend
It's
towards
very good. And their offensive line, Lee's talked about.
a Los Angeles Rams-like team where it's just
Except no defense.
molded by Jared Goff, but you have a lot of draft capital.
Oh, no, absolutely.
So Aiden Hutchinson.
No, they could go all in
He's
like the
pretty
Rams
good.
did.
Yeah.
So
you
their
keep
defensive
Goff
line
in that
is
spot.
improving. They are evolving. Their defense is
another
evolving.
pass
I'm
rusher.
just saying they need just some key players on defense, and that's gonna be trouble.
And so that's, if Jared Goff finishes the season out on this pace, you could be looking at a different offseason plan for the Detroit Lions, because you're like, we'll use that draft capital to keep investing in that front seven to keep along this path, because Jared Goff, Jimmy G, these dudes can guide you somewhere. And talent-wise,
They've been
offensively,
to Super Bowls.
absolutely. And
A lot of
talent-wise,
quarterbacks can't say that
offensively,
right now in the NFL.
the Lions have a group that's good enough to be productive, very productive with Jared Goff, and you keep adding defensive pieces to that, there's no reason not to think Detroit could be on a Los Angeles Rams-like path.
100% JJ. And I forgot to add in with this little matchup Lions-Panthers, because that's my second favorite game of the week. Eagles-Cowboys is my favorite game of the week. And then it's Panthers Lions, or vice versa, because they're both second in their division. Which is crazy. Can the Panthers catch the Bucks? That's wild, by the way.
Tampa Bay,
that's wild.
that is a must-win football game. Now, here's the thing.
Wild. They're
Don't
one
buy
game behind.
anything from Tampa Bay this week, because they're going to be playing Trace McSorley
Sheesh.
and the Arizona Cardinals. But here's the thing. If they struggle, that's who they are. Tampa Bay is up there on the list of, I don't know why this team is so bad.
Oh, my God. But the Panthers only one game behind them.
Panthers only one game back.
Come on.
So we can't. The Buccaneers 7.5-point favorites. That's the third game on Sunday. There's 3 games for you on Christmas Day, and we got you covered right here on these Sports Animals. So if you're bouncing around, you're going to the grandparents' house, you're going in between the houses. We got Seattle, Kansas City for you tomorrow, followed by Las Vegas and the Pittsburgh Steelers, which it's the Franco Harris game, but now it's, instead of the joy, it's the memory of Franco Harris, which you can enjoy. I'm not saying you're not going to enjoy it, but there's a sadness now. We've lost Franco Harris before his jersey was supposed to be retired this weekend.
I know.
And then we have all 3 games on Sunday: Green Bay, Miami, Denver, Los Angeles Rams, and Tampa Bay, Arizona, right here on the Sports Animal. Coming up next, Zach Arnett, La Cueva High School, University of New Mexico. He is the new head coach of the Mississippi State Bulldogs. He took over the program in an unbelievably tragic time. Head coach Mike Leach passed away suddenly, but Mississippi State believes in Zach Arnett. Gave him a 4-year contract to take over, to hold this locker room together, and keep pushing forward for Mississippi State. Zach Arnett joins the opening drive next here on 95.9 FM, AM 610, The Sports Animal.
This message is brought to you by Blake's Lauterburger.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sound of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543. Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot. It's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420.
Friend to so many people, a guy whose impact beyond college football was forever. Mike Leach passed away. We did a moment of silence before New Mexico Bowl on Saturday here in Albuquerque because the impact he made when he was here in 2013 is still being felt. People still talk about the time they got to spend with Mike Leach, and his unexpected and tragic death just 10 days ago was felt everywhere. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta and J.J. Buck. We'll get back to your phone calls in a little bit. The defensive coordinator at the time at Mississippi State, former Lobo, former La Cueva High School star Zach Arnett, and days after the passing of Mike Leach, Zach was named the permanent head coach. He got a multi-year contract at Mississippi State. He had his recruiting day yesterday, signing day yesterday. Mississippi State's getting ready for the ReliaQuest Bowl against Illinois and on January 2nd. And I really appreciate spending some time and looking forward to catching up with the Mississippi State head coach, Zach Arnett, who joins us this morning. Zach, good morning. Congratulations on you are a head coach in the SEC. How you doing, man?
Yeah, good morning. Thanks for having me.
Well,
always good to talk a little New Mexico.
Well, your name has been bouncing around here forever. I know you know this, and I know you've talked to a lot of people here. The pride that people here have in you earning that job, not getting that, earning that job, has been immense. Have you felt a lot of love coming back from the land of enchantment?
Oh yeah, I've the day it officially happened, I had a lot of 505 text numbers on my phone, text messages, and I can't say I knew exactly who all of them were from, but I certainly appreciate it. I did my best to try to respond to all of them.
Yeah, Zach, I got to believe it was a dream to become a head coach. Certainly the circumstances in which it happened were tragic. You're guiding as you learn the new job, you're guiding this program, these young men, through what's got to be an insanely emotional time. And I know Mike was somebody who was huge in your life. Everybody who met him loved him. How have you guys been getting through this as you prepare for a game, a bowl game, as you go through recruiting and the back end of recruiting for signing day? What's your focus been over the last few days?
Yeah, we really had just three priorities since I took over. Obviously, number one is take care of our players, make sure they're doing all right, and obviously, I actually think it helps that we're going through this bowl process with practices because you're around each other, right? And as you go through a tragedy like this, it's good to have a support system around you. So number one priority is take care of the players. Number two was obviously to retain the commitments in our class, pick up some more commitments, and maintain momentum in the program. And obviously, number three is to prepare to win a bowl game. And we have that opportunity on January 2nd. We play a phenomenal football team in Illinois. Coach Bielema and his staff done a great job. I'm not sure you know this, but also former Lobo Bart Miller, O-line coach there. He's probably as good of an O-line coach as there is in the country. And so we're going to be sharing the field with a very good football team, and we're proud for that opportunity.
Who knew the New Mexico ties to Mississippi State would run so deeply? JJ was down in Florida calling Lobos of Mississippi State women's basketball yesterday. Chris Jans, former New Mexico State coach. You guys get along? Lobo and an Ag, you guys get along okay? Your head basketball coach over there?
Shoot, the way they're playing defense
right
now and winning games, he's the most popular guy in town.
I'll bet he is. He's Zach Arnett, former Lobo and Mississippi State head coach, is with us on the opening drive.
And Zach, you go back to 2020 when you took the job at Mississippi State. You had options in your career. What was it about Mike Leach that he was able to get you to come there to be the defensive coordinator?
Yeah, I just think, well, first of all, it's an opportunity to come work and learn under what is very clearly should be a first ballot Hall of Famer in the College Football Hall of Fame.
Yes.
I mean, he's probably revolutionized and changed, particularly the passing game, but how offense is played, and you see it at all levels of football. But you get an opportunity to come and learn from him. You get an opportunity to come coach defense in the SEC, particularly the SEC West. You look at that schedule, and it'll keep you up at nights, but it's a heck of an opportunity. And obviously, if you're a competitor, you get a chance to be a part of a league like that on a football team with really talented players, and you're gonna play really talented teams every week. You look forward to those opportunities, and so for me, it was a no-brainer. And Starkville, Mississippi, has been tremendously good to me and my family, and created opportunities for us that never could imagine. And so, feel incredibly blessed and fortunate.
Zach, you look at the coaches that you've been able to be around, and it is a pretty amazing list of coaches throughout your career. In situations like that, do you take more from those guys in off the field situations than you do maybe when it comes to football?
Well, I mean, defensively, obviously, played under Coach Long in 3-5, and then worked under him for I think 9-10 years. And so, defensively, that's everything I know. I mean, obviously, the football lessons come from him, but there's a lot of years of experience and wisdom and knowledge between Coach Long, Coach Leach, and then I started trying to count up the other day on how many different head coaches I've been fortunate enough to work with. That were either on Coach Long's staff or here, and I'm into the teams for sure. And now that I've found myself in this new role, it kind of hits home all of the wealth of knowledge and experience that all those men have, and I've been able to hopefully absorb as much of it as possible, because I'm leaning on those bits and pieces of wisdom from them heavily right now.
It's amazing how the football world takes you places. When you left San Diego State, you initially took the job at Syracuse with Dino Babers, and then went down to Mississippi State, and then Rocky Long takes the job, and he's back up there. Surprise you at all that Rocky left New Mexico to go up and take that job at Syracuse?
It surprised me a little bit when I heard the news, just, thinking that I thought he'd I thought I heard he either built a home or bought a nice ranch home out there in Corrales, and I know his wife loves horses, and they keep some horses. So I was a little surprised to hear they're going to. I think when I moved to Syracuse, someone told me it was the 9th snowiest place on the planet. So I thought the location was interesting, but it didn't. Coach Long is the ultimate competitor, and I think he probably looks forward to one more challenge. Go to the ACC, try to continue on what Tony White had started building there. Tony was my linebacker coach at New Mexico my senior year. So the tree has spread out all over, but Coach Long has been a great mentor to all of us, and we certainly know that he's going to do great things up there at Syracuse.
Yeah, it's interesting. I see a picture of him and you every day. There's right at the door of the wall in the office of the New Mexico Bowl. There's a shot of him and Dick Tomey from the first year, and there's a shot of you making a tackle, a really cool shot. So I see you every single day. You have memories of those games?
One of the very few I made.
Yeah, that's all right. You made one. I'm pretty sure you made one. It's in the book. You remember those days at all? I mean, you think back, does it feel forever ago that you were a player? I mean, now that you're a head coach in the SEC, man. What's your mentality?
Most of my favorite athletic memories are either from La Cueva High School days or there in New Mexico. So there's nothing like actually being a player. I mean, coaching is fun, and it certainly fills the competitive fire inside, but it's a completely different feeling and obviously life than as if you're actually the competitor and the player in the game. And so, yeah, all my great memories are back there in New Mexico.
Yeah, Mississippi State head football coach Zach Arnett's with us just for a few more minutes.
Well, Zach, you talk about that too, and there's the New Mexico kid mentality. You're living it. You're playing at the Division I level. You're coaching at the highest level in college football. What was that like for you, being a high school kid? And it's still talked about so much, just the opportunities needed for a New Mexico kid to just get a chance.
Well, I hope it'll set an example. I mean, you can achieve anything you want to, obviously, if you're willing to put your mind to it and put in the work, and a couple breaks go along your route. I've probably had the most fortunate, privileged coaching existence so far. I've worked at 2 places. You get to go to San Diego State as a graduate assistant and then stay there for 9 years, learning and working under Coach Long, and then your next job is Mississippi State in the SEC. I mean, that's obviously not a common path, and so I'm incredibly blessed and fortunate that things have, fallen in my favor so many steps along the way. Because both guys I work for, they could have thrown a rock from campus and found more qualified guys for the jobs I got. But I take tremendous pride in being from New Mexico. Obviously, I think I identify here in Mississippi as well. Kind of underdog states. People's impressions of the states and the people are a lot of times the outside world completely wrong or don't give us enough credit. And so I think we have that little bit of that chip on our shoulder to prove people wrong. And I think that's oftentimes a good mindset to have, particularly in this line of work.
No doubt. I know you and Danny stay in touch. How much do you guys talk football? Do you talk life when you talk to Danny Gonzalez? Because he's got the opportunity at y'all's alma mater to turn this thing around, and I know that's so important to both of you.
Yeah, depending on the time of year, obviously you talk more than others. So off season for sure we'll catch up, and he reached out to me several times, obviously since being named the interim, and then getting promoted full time, and words of advice and encouragement, so those are certainly appreciated. We'll talk in the season. It's a little hard. You might swap a couple texts or ask, hey, I saw this on film from you guys. What are you doing here? I certainly watch every Lobo game on Sunday afterwards to try to take some ideas that look interesting. And, he's doing a great job there. He's going to get everything turned around. He just needs the time that it takes to rebuild the program, and obviously that's even getting harder and harder to do nowadays with the way the transfer portal is.
Lastly, is there been a moment where you realize, man, I belong? I'm coaching the same division as Nick Saban and Jimbo Fisher and Lane Kiffin, or maybe that'll be at league meetings when you sit there. I don't know.
No. Actually, I think you have more moments where you go, man, I don't belong.
You
and
do.
So then you just spend all day trying to fake it till you make it.
Yeah, but you do. I mean, you're going to sit in those room in Destin at the SEC meetings, and you're going to be on the field with those guys. And you're going out for those handshakes. That's you. You've earned that, Zach. And so maybe that moment hasn't come, right? But it will. It will.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
I got a tremendous opportunity. I'm very humbled and proud for the opportunity this university's given me.
Keep doing what you do. I know it's been an incredibly tumultuous time. After the bowl game, maybe you get a second to breathe. But thanks for taking a few minutes to catch up with us. Proud of you, man. Really proud of what you keep doing and what you represent. And nobody is given anything in this game. You earn it, and obviously you earned it. You got a great opportunity. Go kill it. Go get it done. We'll be watching, and we'll catch up with you another time.
No, thank you very much. Obviously, proud to be New Mexican. Go Lobos. My Bears, they came up short in the state title game, but don't worry. The heights will rise again. All right, and obviously I love keeping up with New Mexico sports. So thank you guys for having me.
Well, Hail State, and give our best to our buddy Chris
right.
Jans.
Hail State.
Yeah, and when you see Chris, give him our best as well, because his basketball team's kind of playing pretty well. Be well, Zach. We'll talk to you soon.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Here at Clark's Pets, we understand your pets. We take meticulous time to find out more about them. Dig deep into their world to understand their needs. We do research for knowledge of each pet, so you can trust Clark's Pets to provide you the best products and service for your pets, because we work hard to understand all of their needs. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am an Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Sports Animal.
Get it off your chest before the weekend. Enjoy the weekend. Merry Christmas, happy holidays. 'Twas the Friday before Christmas Eve, Christmas.
It's Festivus.
Festivus.
Festivus for the rest of us. It's where you air your grievances, JJ Buck.
Air it out.
And so,
fire away.
if anyone has some grievances,
hit up the text line. It's perfect for that.
I know you have been. 505-246-0610. 377 Brewery Hotline. Gotta tell you about 377 later. JJ, but
What do you got, Amory?
My number one right now, my current grievance, is people complaining about the weather, especially when it comes to sporting events, especially in Albuquerque, New Mexico, especially when you bought the ticket knowing that you can see what the weather is going to be like, and then you still go and then you complain about it. And you don't stop complaining about it. When it's good for your community, when it's good for student athletes, and when it's just a good time. That's my first one. My second one. As a female in sports media, stop asking me to name 3 players on teams.
That's still happening?
It's still happening. My job is to talk about sports. I might not know about the 1974 Minnesota Vikings pass rush. But you know what my job is if I don't know something? To do research and deliver hot takes to you all. So stop questioning me and testing me. I get paid to do this. You don't.
I'm scratching off my question of name 3 1978 Cleveland Browns.
No.
That's gone.
It's my favorite part is it's always like before I was like a relevant sports fan that like, I mean, I've been watching sports out of the womb, but you know what I mean? So like when I was really paying
Watching
attention.
sports in the womb.
In the womb, I was. A bunch of, but anyways, what's another, people who don't use their blinkers. I don't know why that just drives me up a wall and don't know how to yield onto freeways. I'm a very positive person, but I like logic. I like common sense.
Blinkers can cause problems because you're
Yeah.
not anticipating a car to get right in front of you.
Yeah.
You put your blinker on.
I
you're
know
all right,
you
they're
have
getting over.
grievances.
It can give you some space.
I know you have grievances, JJ Buck.
Yeah.
I know you were. There's a whole segment called "Get Off My Rocks."
Get off my rocks. Someone invented that on the email. By the way, Jeff's not going to read your emails for a little while. So if you would like,
So
to
yeah,
get something
so
in, you
you're
can
not.
send it
It just if
me
you
or
want to air
Amory.
your grievances,
He
you
is
know.
in the vacation portal.
Yeah. Ooh.
As of now.
The vacation portal is a good one. People complain about the transfer portal.
Transfer portal.
That's pretty much a grievance.
It's a big grievance.
People only calling in when your sports team loses, not when they win.
Big one.
That's a big grievance for me.
That's what gets people going though. The negative.
People like to focus on the negative.
It's also the weird enjoyment you get in failure.
Or if they don't
that
agree with you,
Schadenfreude,
I guess that makes good radio.
enjoying
though.
someone else's failure. That's fine.
I'm sick of the Kirk Cousins narrative. That poor guy.
It's right there.
I know. Let's see what
For
happens.
him to change it.
But
The
it's like-
Vikings can show everyone, guess what?
That's my
It
other
doesn't
grievance.
matter because they're going to be in the playoffs. And they can change the whole narrative themselves.
Oh, this used to bug me when I was waitressing a long, long time ago. When people used to eat their meal and then complain they didn't like it and wanted a refund. But they would eat
Ooh,
the
but they would play
whole
thing.
plate of
They're
food.
trying to play the game. I got one.
Yeah.
For Amory.
I
So
have a-
it's like when you're in a group text message, but it's not friends. It's like a work group text message. Because like they'll do that for other local media. They'll be like, hey, practice ends in 15 minutes. Heads up. This is who's available. Text me if you want something. But then the amount of people in that text thread that like that message piss me off.
Ah,
You don't need to like that message.
you don't need to
Because
like it.
keeps popping up on my phone.
Oh, the notifications. Oh, the group chat. Oh, yes.
That one gets me.
Oh, auto draft and fantasy too.
Like it's a group media group text message. It's just letting you know, hey, practice ends in 15 minutes, so you can make your way out there. You can be ready to do your job. You don't need to like the message that was sent out. No one cares that you saw it. I don't care that you saw the message. I don't need that like popping up
Oh,
on my
that's
phone.
such a good one, JJ Buck.
Every single week.
Festivus for the rest of us.
That one gets me going.
An auto draft. I just can't.
Like it's not like, oh, a bunch of friends group text this. It's
No,
it's a
no.
work group message.
No,
you don't
no,
need to
no.
like it.
It's
I don't
so
care
true.
that you saw it.
It's
because
so
you're not
true.
going to be there anyway.
It's so. Oh, that's going on the Festivus list.
Brandon Cristal, KOA Radio, joins us next from Denver. Not just talking about the Denver Broncos, talking about the AFC West, the AFC playoffs here on 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
I'm Rhett Lewis with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One.
Young, here's one up off the rim. Jarek Dudahl with that shot, and Mask underneath. Defense is not there in time. Good move by Justin Mask.
Well, first. Nice pass. That's working that flex offense right there. And there's another timeout for Coach Bardella.
Montez scans the scene, finds the corner, shot is up. Ooh, there's another one. Aris, that's 9 for Aris as she's hit.
And Coach Segura said there have been some injuries on preps as far as the players, so maybe playing zone right now.
Fights 3 is good. Jackson Fight knocks it down for the left side, from the left side for the Sun Devils. They lead by 10.
They're playing.
A perfect 36 on his ACT composite. Big 3! Carried in by Dylan McCleskey.
Trifectas of her own. Fires it off down low. Campos off the glass, and there it is.
Quick this shot, they got a shot up with 5 seconds. Transition threes up, and it's in at the buzzer by Ian Hoinsberg. Picture perfect execution, ball that hit the ground in 5 seconds.
Ball is stolen away by Montoya. Sartans are on the break. Calb finds Trujillo. Pump fake. Trujillo was rejected by Terrell. Rebounded by Calb. Hook shot is up. It's good. 2 points for Brian Calb.
Go one-on-one, and this is good things usually have. Oh, great.
H.A. Rivera.
I think the story in this one is the pressure defense that has turned up. They force another turnover. Calb's on the break.
Throw it down.
Calb puts it down. Brian Calb with the dunk in transition.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Here at Clark's Pets, we understand your pets. We take meticulous time to find out more about them. Dig deep into their world to understand their needs. We do research for knowledge of each pet, so you can trust Clark's Pets to provide you the best products and service for your pets, because we work hard to understand all of their needs. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili.
Joey, New Mexico, for 5 years running. This is the opening drive with 3-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Symbieta, and JJ Buck.
Let it out. Get it off your chest. Festivus, the grievances, airing it out.
I'm playing the clip at this show today. You're going to love it, JJ.
Starting to come in a little bit more on the text line. Got a question about Trevor Bauer. We'll discuss that. The Dodgers and their situation. Trevor Bauer being reinstated as his suspension is reduced to 194 games now. So it's time served for Trevor Bauer, 31-year-old former Cy Young. With his allegations, is he going to pitch for the Dodgers? Is someone else going to give him a chance? Big weekend on deck. Thursday Night Football. The Jaguars over the Jets. Buy the stock of Trevor Lawrence. That is a team. Bet on the talent. Back it up with coaching. And then back up the Brinks truck to surround your talented quarterback with some players. Zach Wilson is done. You cannot get benched for Chris Streveler and come back. There's no way Zach Wilson can come back from this. You just can't. Chris Streveler, who on September 1st, 2016, led his South Dakota team into University Stadium right here in Albuquerque. He accounted for 3 total touchdowns, 2 on the ground, 144 yards rushing. He came up short as the Lobos won 48-21. But who would know that that man on that Saturday against the Lobos was destined to warm the hearts of Jets fans on a rainy night? But that's what you got out of Chris Streveler last night. Zach Wilson benched in favor of the South Dakota quarterback. Robert Saleh after the game saying, we haven't seen the last of Zach Wilson. He'll come back. We got to do better this. We got to do better that. No, we've seen the last of Zach Wilson with the Jets. There's no way that team keeps playing for Zach Wilson. Because Chris Streveler can't come in and then also running a Wildcat offense and you go, we just weren't good enough with Zach Wilson. Like, the dude's just off. He's not. The word you heard a lot the last couple of days was layup. Zach Wilson's got to hit the layups. And a lot of layups in that game last night. 9 of 18, 92 yards. The interception at halftime when they're trying to throw the Hail Mary at the end was all messy.
I knew. I saw that coming, by the way.
That's rough.
Rough.
You're just giving your quarterback an interception right there.
Good for prop bets, though. Anyone made them.
But how do you come back from being benched for Chris Streveler?
You don't. Later. Unemployed. He's not going to go be a starting quarterback anywhere else either.
No.
He'll be an emergency. He'll go back it up somewhere.
Yeah. But Zach Wilson, we knew it was trouble with Mike White. Instills that much more confidence in the team. But in that moment, you have an opportunity again at home. Last week with the Lions, this week's with the Jaguars. 2 of the hottest teams in the NFL. But they're playing in the same conditions. Trevor Lawrence had the same things to deal with as Zach Wilson did. He led a 96-yard scoring drive. He looked good out of the pocket. He's got some playmakers. And all of a sudden, if the Houston Texans, who like to give panic attacks to everyone the last 2 weeks, forcing the Dallas Cowboys to have to go on a game-winning drive, the Kansas City Chiefs had to beat them in overtime. If they can come out and beat Malik Willis and the Tennessee Titans, Marie, the Jacksonville Jaguars will be in first place.
I think they will beat the Titans. I think they are more complete. I like this. I like using the word complete team, the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh, this is all Derrick Henry then, right?
That's all they have.
You got to sell out.
I mean, a good coach.
Sell out to stop Derrick Henry.
Yep.
And say, all right, Malik Willis, if you beat us, so be it. It cannot be Derrick Henry rushing for 175 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, good coach and a good defense, but they're just the Titans. No, it's all Jaguars. Jaguars heated up at the right time. It's what it's all about. December football later on in the season, even if you start off hot or whatever, this is the time. This is the time, and the Jaguars are there.
19-3 final score. Jags over the Jets last night. So Jacksonville, they're in it. They're trying to be the 4th seed. So they could have a first-round play matchup with potentially Baltimore, the Chargers, Miami, New England, 7-7. The Patriots have the Bengals this weekend. Now, I'm looking forward to Joe Burrow versus Bill Belichick in terms of the defensive scheme. But man, the Patriots can't push the football down the field.
No, they just have a defense. That's it. Trash. Especially if Stevenson is out this weekend.
And this is one thing Bill Belichick got wrong. Not having an offensive guy on the staff was not good for Mac Jones. He's fine, okay? There's a lot of fine quarterbacks.
They
Mac
didn't need
Jones,
an offensive coordinator, okay? That's just a title.
He was so wrong about that. So wrong.
That's on Festivus.
Matt Patricia and Joe Judge are not the way to maximize Mac Jones. Also, the fact that the Patriots never do a really good job of maximizing the offensive talent. They found running backs. Rondre Stevenson is a really good running back. But then you're throwing to Jacoby Myers, Nelson Aguilar. Thornton, their second-round pick, hasn't done much. He had one game. That's one thing Bill Belichick got really wrong. Was thinking everything would be okay. Well, this defense run the football, Mac Jones will be fine. He hasn't been fine. Not having a better offensive staff. Because one thing, Josh McDaniels, he was a very good offense coordinator. And Mac Jones was better last season than he has been this season. 505-246-0610. That is the 377 Brewery hotline. And, of course, the text line, which is the grievance line. This morning for you on the opening drive, JJ Buck, A-Marie, here on 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Sound. Well, I got one, A-Marie.
Yes.
One of my grievances.
I love it.
Local media stressing it's everyone's job to go out to local sporting events. Their own self-centered sales and ratings purposes when not everyone can fit in the stadium. The game goes well enough without everyone seat filled, and fans do enjoy said game via radio, which is sufficient for media to cover said games. I think there's a difference there. I'll always stress go out and support the event that is the New Mexico Bowl. I'm not going to tell you to buy season tickets for a 2-win football team because it has to be worth your investment. So if you're talking about football, I got you. But if we're talking about basketball, we're talking about the New Mexico Bowl, there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, go support that, especially right now. We're looking at men's basketball 12-0. The event that is the New Mexico Bowl. Of course, that's recent. That's what we've been dealing with. But yeah, if you don't want to go watch a 2-win football team, I got you, man. That's not easy. But self-centered sales and ratings, like, it doesn't give us better ratings if you go sit in the stands. It makes no sense. You don't get better ratings if you're sitting in the stands somewhere. I don't get paid if you go buy tickets. Because you best believe me, if I got money for tickets sold, I would be obnoxious about telling you to go somewhere. So that makes no sense. Self-centered sales and ratings purposes. Does that have to do with filling the stands? I'm not a ticket agent. But yeah, if we have a good product, an interesting men's basketball team, a good local event in New Mexico, I'll tell you to go to those games. Get some energy, get some atmosphere out there. I don't blame you. It's got to be worth your time and money. And it's not just the whole, chicken or the egg. Get out there, support it beforehand. It's not that simple, man. It's life. Got things to do. Got bills. Got the holidays. I understand that. I'm not oblivious to that. But I will be someone that, when things are going good, get out there and support it. And even when things are bad, we'll talk about it. Figure out ways of how can you rebuild a football program these days. It's a good conversation. Do you want ticket revenue? Do you want to fill the stands? Absolutely. There's also only so much even a diehard sports fan can take when you're talking about the level of investment in a struggling product. But it's Grievances Friday. But I will tell you, man, if there was sales and ratings involved, would I would be obnoxious. But the seats in the stands has nothing to do with ratings. Now I don't get a cut of the ticket sales. Wish I did. I wish I did. Who's that on one? I'm sorry, Marie. It's Jess. What's up, Jess? How you doing, man?
JJ Buckets. Happy holidays to you, brother.
Happy holidays, dude. What's going on?
Well, end of the year, we get to that time. You know who'd really enjoy the Lobos right now, 12-0? Be Big Donald, brother. Big
Absolutely.
Donald be loving it. Lance be loving it. Shout out to those guys. At the end of the year, we always miss the guys we lost. It's been an interesting year in Lobo sports. Talk about an up and down flip between football and basketball, especially I think there were high hopes. And you can't call it a success. It definitely was a disappointment. And then Rocky leaving, that's just kind of a bummer. It just kind of feels like maybe another kick right there at the end of the season, because we all love Rocky, right? So very interesting up and down season. And then, we get to the football season, and the Cowboys just feel like they're gonna do what they're gonna do, which is great for us non-Cowboy fans. I love it. And Marie, I know you're feeling super confident. It's just marching into that postseason like you're gonna win.
You know what, Jess?
Right?
I'm actually not. I don't know if you've ever watched the Minnesota Vikings in postseason, but I kind of have trauma, so that's on my grievances Festivus list as well.
Well, the rare times you are in the playoffs, it's pretty disastrous. So that's
yeah, I know all those NFC championships the Green Bay
Happy
Packers
holidays
have
to you
lost.
too, on that note. It's been but I have nothing to really. I have 12% bragging rights right now, maybe 12.2, right? If we round up. So it's been a rough year, but stranger things have happened, and let's see, how everything gets, evens out here. But happy holidays to everybody. Happy holidays to the legends, Grady, Edward, Howard. Love you guys. Everybody be safe.
Appreciate you, Jeff.
Thanks, Jess.
Happy
That
holidays.
was some
to you.
NFC North rivalry, guys. Sorry
He's
for
a
the
Packer fan.
Sorry for the inside baseball. That was
Aaron Rodgers
that
still
was
believes.
that-
Avery.
I don't ever doubt that guy.
Dolphins 4-point favorites at home over the Packers. That's the early game on Sunday. And I feel better about the Dolphins right now, even after the loss at the Bills. Yeah, they had an 8-point lead in the fourth quarter. They weren't able to finish it. But Tua making plays in the cold, it's not just some funky storyline. That's what you got to do. It's the AFC East late in the season. You got to be able to make plays in Buffalo, in New York, in New England. So I feel better about the Dolphins, even though they lost to the Bills, because you saw something from Tua. You saw a response. After rough weeks against the 49ers, against the Chargers, to go up there in those conditions, be a playmaker. But now there's no excuses. You got to blanket those rookie wideouts for the Packers. Take away the dive, Aaron Jones, and get this game at home. So who knows what Aaron Rodgers is going to be hopped up on in South Beach this weekend. A must-win game for the Miami Dolphins. It's that time of the season, man. There's no more mulligans. It's too late for that. Continue to take your grievances, your phone calls. It is the opening drive here at 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Remember when sports talk used to be fun?
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am an Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Here at Clark's Pets, we understand your pets. We take meticulous time to find out more about them. Dig deep into their world to understand their needs. We do research for knowledge of each pet, so you can trust Clark's Pets to provide you the best products and service for your pets, because we work hard to understand all of their needs. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
The sports animal.
New York Jets head coach Robert Saleh would not answer if Zach Wilson would start if Mike White can't play. We know the answer to that. He won't. Chris Streveler, Joe Flacco, Zach Wilson, done with the New York Jets. You got benched for Chris Streveler. And I told you that story. We all saw it. we were at the Lobo football game in 2016, Chris Streveler, South Dakota, you knew he was destined to warm the hearts of Jets fans on a rainy night. Thursday night, Jaguars defeat the Jets. What's up, everyone? JJ Buck Amory, 95.9 FM, AM 610, The Sports Animal, and ProView Networks. 505-246-0610 and 377 Brewery
People
Hotline.
want to air their grievances.
Rudy, good morning, Rudy. How you doing?
Good morning. I got to air one grievance, and it's called inbox. So, you got to go through your inbox, right?
Yes.
You got to delete all the spam, and I don't know how I got on so many lists, but it's 1,000 pieces of spam a day just to get to the 10 emails that you have to address. And if you don't keep your inbox clean, try finding the one email that you're looking for and 1,000 pieces of spam. Then as you're clicking through, deleting them, it always deletes the one email message that you're trying to save. So you got to go back in the trash bin and look for that one email. So I'm telling you, I don't know how much time I waste a year just trying to keep my inbox clean. Because if you don't, it's a mess. Try going 2 days without checking your inbox.
This is a good one, Rudy. Happy Festivus.
It's maddening. I spend 2 hours a day just trying to make sure I don't miss a court hearing because somebody wants to sell me, mail enlargement product. So yeah, that's my grievance.
No, that was a good one.
Appreciate that, Rudy.
Happy holidays. Happy Merry Christmas. Happy
Merry
Festivus.
Christmas.
That's a good one. I don't know. Is there any of us out there that are like personal email account that if we open it up that it doesn't say like 1,000 plus emails? Because like my work one, that one is a lot more cleaner than the one I sign up for. For every trial or free trial or streaming service, or whatever it may be, whatever website I'm trying to order something on. We have that email address, and then we have our work email address. Like, yeah, my Yahoo email address, I don't know how Yahoo servers do it. Because when was the last time y'all cleaned out your Yahoo inbox? Like when you pull up on the phone?
I have to clean out. If I have any notifications on my phone, I can't handle it. It's really weird. Emails, like
That's
I constantly check them. Like I can't have all.
It's just like
I see people who have like 3,000 notifications, and I don't know. It drives me up a wall.
Because I do not clean out my, I guess, like personal email. Like if I pulled it up right now, it just says 999 plus on my inbox.
Oh my God, JJ. No, I get up every morning, and that's the first thing I do is I clean my.
Because that's just the whole. Oh, this is what you use for Hulu, Netflix.
Rudy,
like
that was a good one. That was a good one.
That is a good one. Grievances.
And you
505.
liking the text in the group chat was my second favorite one. Grievances called 377.
When it's not like a friends group chat.
Except we are talking to. I mean, we're replaying a good Jerry Kill.
Yeah, Jerry Kill, because the Aggies got a bowl game on Monday. They're playing Bowling Green in Detroit, Michigan.
Which is awesome, by the way, an NFL stadium.
They're favored over Bowling Green. And their head coach, Jerry Kill, talking signing day, talking bowl game. The Aggies getting ready for the Falcons, Bowling Green. That's next. It is opening drive here at 95.9 FM, AM 610, The Sports Animal.
And I have to tell you about 377 Brewery. I've told you I can't stop talking about it. It's one of my favorite places. It's on the northwest corner of Yale and Gibson. It's family and pet friendly. Bring your kids, bring your pets. It's a lot of fun. It's right around the corner from the pit. Perfect for before or after a Lobo game. And as we know, the Lobos men's basketball team is 12-0, and we start league play next week to take down Colorado State. So your girl Amory is going to be at 377 Brewery. I'm hosting my own Lobos Hoops pregame at 377 Brewery. Come pregame Wednesday again, 12/28. I know holidays, we lose track of days. Next Wednesday, after you're done with the fam, or bring the fam, 12/28, 4 to 6 p.m. I have food specials. I have new rotating beers, and we are giving out big prizes, future tickets to other Lobo games. You don't want to miss it out. Check them out at 377brewery.com.
Telling it like it.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Here at Clark's Pets, we understand your pets. We take meticulous time to find out more about them. Dig deep into their world to understand their needs. We do research for knowledge of each pet, so you can trust Clark's Pets to provide you the best products and service for your pets, because we work hard to understand all of their needs. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or
College
visit us.
football programs everywhere, high school football players all around the country, as it is Letter of Intent signing day, or at least it's really the start of the session, right? The Letter of Intent session is open, but today's the day. JJ, it's the time we hear the term fax machine, like the only time ever, as if there's really still fax machines. Well, maybe there are. Maybe they just dust them off in every football office in America, and they use fax machines. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta, J.J. Buck. I'm looking at what the Aggies have put out already. They've signed an inside linebacker from Denver. They've signed an inside linebacker from Chicago, a safety out of Texas as they start to come in today. And the Aggies are going to load up tomorrow morning and head out to Detroit to play Bowling Green in the Quick Lane Bowl. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, J.J. Buck. We welcome back into the program in his first year as head coach at New Mexico State. Jerry Kill joins us. Good morning, Jerry. How you living?
I'm living good. I'm above dirt.
Yeah, that's always a bonus, isn't it? Hey, a lot going on. And real quick, on signing day, I know you can't do specifics until they all come in, but what are you expecting as far as a class? How'd recruiting go? And are you going to fill the needs that you need to fill in signing day today?
Well, we got Dunkin' Donuts here. I got half the administration here, and we're just sitting here looking at computers like we know what we're doing, and trying to get ready for practice. So we got a lot going on, and everybody says they have a great recruiting class, this time of year, and but at the end of the day, until you get them here and get everybody signed, it's one of those things where it's like getting a bunch of paper tigers. They look good on paper, but we need them to look good when they get here and play. So, but I would say recruiting class wise, and this is our only first go around. We got a second go around yet, and we've got some surprises down the pipeline that we're not going to say a whole lot about. But overall, I think it's a very, very good job by our coaches, and we fulfilled a lot of needs.
How'd the process go, Jerry? Did you feel a bump in the last month or so as you started winning games and then got into a bowl game? Did you feel a change and get some guys that maybe you wouldn't have gotten a month and a half ago?
I'm sure that helped us. We certainly are able to sell a lot more things. We still got a lot. We still got a long ways to go and so forth because with some other schools even around here that have been more established, and we still fight the facilities because we've been talking about getting those done, I guess, for years, but we are going to get them done. I can guarantee you that. So it's just, you still fight those things, but relationships are very strong, and our coaches got a lot of relationships, and, I'm old enough to have several, and I would say the recruiting class is, we'll see how it all finishes out. To this point this morning, it's going pretty good. We got 15 committed at this point, and we got quite a few more to go. So we'll see how it all plays out.
Yeah, and then
we'll just have to see.
Tomorrow, getting on a plane and going to Detroit for the Quick Lane Bowl. It's Jerry Kill. He's the New Mexico State football coach with us on the opening drive.
Well, Jerry, how nice is it to have to change your plans this time of year when you were just focused on recruiting, looking at signing day, and now you've been able to prepare for a bowl game?
Well, that means you don't have time to do anything else, keeps you out of trouble. And, I'll do it every year. I mean, I've done it for a lot of years, and this one's pretty sweet because it's for a bunch of kids that hung in there when things weren't going their way. They bought into a new coaching staff. So everybody wants to take credit for it. There's only one group that needs to take credit for it. It's kids. You know, the kids are the one that done it. The kids are the one that got us here. And, you know, I know they're all excited about going to a bowl game. Now we need to not be too excited and go play good.
What kind of game is it going to be against Bowling Green for your team?
Well, you know, what kind of game is it going to be is, you know, it's hard to say in bowl games. You know, you just don't know what's going to happen. You know, you look at the bowl games, and I think San Jose got beat last night. You know, Liberty lost again. You know, you just don't know what's going to happen in bowl games because, you know, it comes down to who's prepared the best and who wants it the most. Maybe who wants it the most. And so I know Bowling Green's going to be ready. They need to win. We need to win. It should be a good football game.
How were the preps this week? Did you, or the last 2 weeks, or 3 weeks, I guess, really? Did you focus more on this bowl game? I know a lot of coaches use it to focus on future and get guys reps that maybe they haven't been able to practice and get some of the young guys some love. How do you approach this whole thing?
Well, you know, the great thing, we do things a little different here in practice. And we don't have anybody stand on the sideline. I guess you can throw the kickers out there and I scream at them to do something, but the rest of us are all moving, working, and getting reps. And, you know, our backups have been getting as many reps as our, you know, our first team. So, and then the backups for that. So all our kids are involved in what we're doing. And, yeah, it's a time to develop your young players, but you also got to get ready for the bowl game. So it's a twofold deal.
Jerry Kill, New Mexico State's football coach, with us for a few more minutes. You said bowl games are a lot about who wants it more. And I think that's 100% right. I've been doing this game, running a bowl game for 17 years, and almost always I could tell you who's going to win just by being around the teams all week. Do you feel your team wants it enough? And I obviously they want to win, but is this more a reward or is this more a business trip for them?
Well, I think you know, I think it's a little bit of both. I think anytime you get to a bowl game, it's a reward. But, you know, at the same time, we're not, you know, all I've talked about is, you know, we got to go up there. We're going to be, you know, only team on, you know, that day playing, and you're going to be playing and millions and millions of people watching. And, you know, so our kids are fired up about playing. If I'm scared about anything, they'll be too fired up and nervous and all that stuff. And so I got to make sure I keep the composure and make sure they're not too ready and get nervous and then not perform well. So I didn't question whether they'll be ready. It's how if they're too ready.
Jerry, you talk about trying to get in the head of a student athlete and get them prepared for something. How much of it is just the experience of it all and being at this point in the season, seeing them respond early in the year, going through those early battles, that some of that is the light just clicking for them as opposed to what you have to keep harping on?
I think, you know, we've probably been as, you know, we played a very difficult schedule. I don't know how many people played 3 Power 5s. And, you know, we were 0-4. That's how far these teams come. And that shows their character and their belief in the coaches and so forth. But, you know, as far as, you know, the question you asked is that I just think that, you know, there's been the differences in where we're at right now. We played pretty good defense most of the time. You can see that statistical compared to a year ago. But I think the emergence of what we've been doing is we've been able to hit big plays. We got receivers catching the ball, which we didn't catch the ball early. And our quarterback has been very accurate and played very well. And so those two places we need to get a lot better at. And for us to throw better, we've had to protect a little bit better. So the offense has improved the last 4 or 5 ball games, and that's the difference. And the last 3 games, I guess, you know, that's been the difference.
Hey, Jerry, I'm listening to coaches and I'm watching everybody work the transfer portal, and the transfer portal is a two-way sword, right? or double-edged sword, guys coming and going. Have you, been affected much by players entering? Because I haven't seen a lot. And how has the transfer portal worked for you as you've been working towards signing day-to-day and recruiting your next class?
Oh, we need to hire about 10 more guys since there's 1,000 people in it.
Right.
But, the transfer portal is used by us as if we know somebody there. And I'm not going to just take a kid. We're going to call a coach. We're going to do our homework, and I think that's the most important thing. I can't go into a lot of detail about that, but I guess we like to do a mixture of high school, portal, and JC kids, and have a good balance of all that. And we did a pretty good job of that last year. We're going to lead a little bit more to the portal and JUCO area, a little bit more here early. But we've also got some guys in high school that are very productive. So I think it's going to be pretty balanced when it all watches out of here. But then everybody's got to understand we got dead periods, and we got 3 or 4 more weeks. And like I said, there'll be surprises down that pipeline. Yeah. So that will be good for us. So I think that once everybody sees what we've done and so forth, we've improved in about every area at this point in time. We'll see how it closes out here, but there's a couple. There's some big links still left out there to see what happens.
Right on. All right, safe travels to Detroit. We'll be watching on Monday. It's Monday, right? Yeah, the Monday. We'll be watching on Monday. Have a Merry Christmas in Detroit. You're going to get to spend it all together and play in an NFL stadium. Be the only bowl game on TV that day. It's a big deal for this program. I know you're excited. Good luck with the trip, with the bowl game, and obviously with signing day today. And always appreciate the conversation. We'll catch up with you next week when it's all said and done.
Well, I really appreciate your coverage throughout the year. You guys do an outstanding job, and you've helped us. And I can't tell you in my first year what a first-class group you guys are. And good luck to everybody there, and have a very, very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas, Jerry. Safe travels. We'll talk to you next week.
Yep. Bye.
Jerry Kill, head football coach at New Mexico State.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Here at Clark's Pets, we understand your pets. We take meticulous time to find out more about them. Dig deep into their world to understand their needs. We do research for knowledge of each pet, so you can trust Clark's Pets to provide you the best products and service for your pets, because we work hard to understand all of their needs. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Don't Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Here at Clark's Pets, we understand your pets. We take meticulous time to find out more about them. Dig deep into their world to understand their needs. We do research for knowledge of each pet, so you can trust Clark's Pets to provide you the best products and service for your pets, because we work hard to understand all of their needs. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am an Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports.
On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
Bowling Green is actually a 3.5-point favorite now.
Oh, sheesh. Vegas is a smarty pants.
Quick Lane Bowl, New Mexico State Bowling Green. That is Monday, 12:30.
Give me, you said -3?
-3.5 for Bowling Green.
Give me the Aggies plus 3.5, baby.
Aggies plus 3.5 feels pretty good for Monday. In that bowl game, and we got you covered Tuesday morning right here in the opening drive. All the reaction to the NFL weekend and the Quick Lane Bowl. JJ Buck Gamery, OD here at 95.9 FM, AM 610, the sports animal. This weekend, so Saturday, I should say, only 3 quarterbacks have passing props above 250 yards.
I could see why, though.
Patrick Mahomes, Kirk Cousins,
Indoors,
and Joe Burrow.
Sheesh. Where are the Bengals playing? Sorry,
Bengals?
I'm so sorry. I forget where people are playing. I
Playing
just know it's
in New
really
England.
cold. In what?
In New England.
Jesus. Okay.
Bengals 3-point favorites. But it just shows you it's going to be
That's a tough
like
Patriots
blistering
defense.
cold.
Blistering cold.
They're expecting a lot of wind behind this front.
I mean, and Joey Burr, I trust, but that's a tough weather conditions.
And this one too for Cincinnati, you got that golden triangle of quarterbacks. You're fighting for AFC supremacy. You have Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, and Patrick Mahomes.
Yes.
Those 3 teams, better than everyone else in the AFC right now.
Yes.
They're Super Bowl contenders.
Yes.
It'll be a tough game. It's Joe Burrow versus Bill Belichick. I like the scheme matchup. I like Burrow against that defense. Now, we'll see what it's like, because right now you just see like ridiculous cold temperatures. But as that storm continues to move through, it's going to be wind that's impacting a lot of these games. Like big-time wind. And when it gets like 20 or more miles per hour, that really does start to mess with the passing game. But if you're the Bengals, Joe Burrow, working with Mixon, Pirine out of the backfield, Jamar Chase, make a couple big plays, got to be feeling good. But that's never an easy game. Even with how bad the Patriots lost, it's not easy to play New England.
And that defense is good. 200. Wow. I'm just worried about the weather conditions. I'm not worried about Joey Burrow.
No.
Joey Burrow. I'm picking the unders on a lot of games this week, JJ Buck.
That could be the good way to go. I know we got Mahomes there at home. They're 10-point favorites over Seattle. But Kansas City last week messed around with Denver after he threw those
10
interceptions.
points?
They needed overtime to beat Houston.
10?
Long season, ish happens in these games, but
10?
the Seahawks are in desperation mode.
10?
I don't like Dallas. They need a big game from Kenneth Walker to allow Geno Smith to be effective.
Oh.
You're going to see a committee approach. Noah Fant, Will Dissly.
I don't
Goodwin's
like
going to have
10
to step
points,
up a little bit.
JJ Buck.
Seattle can cover that.
Absolutely.
But it's, Kansas City, Cincinnati, Buffalo. They're all chasing that one spot. Big games this weekend. That Buffalo-Chicago game, it feels very similar to what we saw Chicago do at home to Philadelphia last week. They'll keep it close. I think they could cover 8 points. I think Buffalo's going to win
8 points is a lot.
because it's going to be one of those nasty games. The wind
And what
coming off
Buffalo
Lake
team are we
Michigan.
getting? The Heckle, what I call it, Heckle and Hyde?
Heckle and Jide.
Jekyll and Hyde.
And it's going to be about the legs of Josh Allen and Justin Fields in that game to make some plays. So you got a lot of matchups that it's the factors. You got to find a way to win late in the season when things are nasty, things get messy. Just find a way. It doesn't have to be pretty. And one of the players with the most pressure on them this weekend is Dak Prescott. And it's not because Dak Prescott has to win the game by himself. Dak Prescott has to play a clean game. 10 interceptions since week 8. Because Dak last year against the Eagles was fantastic. 8 touchdowns, no interceptions. But this Philadelphia team, even with Gardner Minshew, is a challenge. Because the Eagles roster, it's up there with the 49ers. Where you could have that much confidence with a backup quarterback.
And Dak Prescott, shut him up. Shut that narrative up that he can't win big games or he chokes or this is the part of the year where he starts declining. Like, shut him up, Dak.
It's going to be insufferable next week. If the Cowboys cannot beat the Eagles at home and Gardner Minshew is the quarterback of the Eagles. For Dak, for Cowboy fans, because no one cares. When it's a rivalry game, like fans are going to be like, oh, we just beat you with that quarterback. No. You find a way. Just like Dallas had to find a way with Cooper Rush in those games. Now, Philadelphia, you got to step up for Jalen Hurts. Give him some time with that right shoulder. And this could send the NFC race into a wild finish. Just depending on what happens with Jalen Hurts. The Eagles, yeah, they're 13-1, but you got teams coming. You got the Vikings 11-3. San Francisco and Dallas are 10-4. There's 3 games left. That 1 seed is not locked down. This is still a gigantic game. You got a 1-game mulligan if you're Philadelphia. A 1-game cushion that if you lose with Gardner Minshew, you're going to be frustrated. But all right, back quarterback, let's get back on track. But if it's a couple weeks and that number 1 seed comes in doubt, the NFC could be a entirely different beast in the postseason. And your Minnesota Vikings are right there, Mary. They are right there.
Right there, baby. And if our defense can step it up, and also, this has been fun for my blood pressure, all Vikings blood pressure, but let's not do this whole, let's have a huge comeback every single game or wait till, the last 5 seconds to win. Also, our defense, the Minnesota Vikings defense, their defense has given up a lot of yards and points, but our defense, I keep saying our, sorry, making it a we segment. I don't care. It's Festivus. The Vikings also, but they've made big plays though to win games too. So it's very tough. It's very tough for the Vikings. That's why it's very confusing. Should be better than what they are.
Kirk Cousins can join a really interesting list. Quarterbacks that have 25 or more passing touchdowns, 8+ seasons in the NFL. We're talking Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, Philip Rivers.
The quarterback that everyone puts down all the time.
Kirk Cousins, Dak Prescott.
Like that?
It is there for them in the postseason. They control their destiny. You want to shut the haters up?
Shut them up.
You're going to have that opportunity.
Let's shut them up, Dacky Poo, Kirko Chains.
But the top seed in both conferences, it's still an open race, y'all.
It's so exciting.
And that is why if the Dallas Cowboys can get the job done at home, we're going to have an entirely different conversation next week, looking at how the Eagles bounce back, that shoulder of Jalen Hurts. We'll be back with you on Tuesday. We got a 3-day weekend, so everyone, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Adrian, appreciate you on ProView Network. Say Marie.
Happy Festivus to the rest of us.
Enjoy the weekend.
Be kind. Be. I know that's Jeff's line, but people are struggling. Holidays are tough. Be kind to one another.
See you back Tuesday morning. We got the Jim Rome Show coming up next. Colin Cowherd at 1. 2 Men on the Boys with you at 4 o'clock this afternoon here on the Sports Animal. Got 5 NFL games for you this weekend. Everybody enjoy it. Once again, thank you so much for joining us here on the opening drive. Everybody, Meta World Peace and Love. Have a great weekend.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Here at Clark's Pets, we understand your pets. We take meticulous time to find out more about them. Dig deep into their world to understand their needs. We do research for knowledge of each pet, so you can trust Clark's Pets to provide you the best products and service for your pets, because we work hard to understand all of their needs. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Rudy's
Industries is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Here at Clark's Pets, we understand your pets. We take meticulous time to find out more about them. Dig deep into their world to understand their needs.